Hello, everybody. Welcome back, or welcome to the Ball Don't Lie podcast. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop a like, all you hating ass motherfuckers out there. You know what I'm saying?
Every time I do that, starts
Ain't no saluting you, my boy.
You haven't seen the cat salute? I can't even do it, bro.
Yeah, actually, remember that?
Yeah, that is crazy. That is so old. That's literally the early 2000s shit. Like, niggas just brought back like childhood memories.
Okay, Unc.
I'm having a picture.
Alright, now, hey, Unc, can you show me one time? Unc, can you show me one time?
Yeah, I'm like,
Can you show me one time?
Nah,
How that goes? Ain't that what they do?
Ain't that what they do?
All right, what we got today?
What I mean?
I don't know. You got the agenda. You
Okay.
lead us through it, because I ain't got shit. I'm going to be honest.
All right, so for today,
Yeah, talking to the mic. Yeah. That's what
so
I'm
the
saying.
Indiana Pacers have lost. They got swept.
Niggas ass.
Old news,
Lot of
baby.
shit
Old
talking.
news.
It is old news, but we didn't get to cover it last week. So what do you think's next for Indiana to get back to this spot or make it to the finals? What should they do going into next season?
I think they should win the first round, then win the second round, then they'll be back here. No, okay. On a real note, well, they obviously need to bring back Pascal. I think that's what they're gonna
for
do.
sure.
He's a free agent.
Spicy P.
I don't know. I kind of think like they need another big. I like what Miles Turner did. He actually had a really good playoff run, but they just need somebody that's a little more physical, just so they can like kind of have a different look. And just somebody that's more defensively oriented. Not that Miles Turner can't play defense, but he's just kind of.
He's too thin.
He's weak. He's just weak down low. Like, let's be honest. He
Soft.
can block shots,
He's a
but
weak ass nigga.
he's not going. All right, I ain't say all that.
Charmin.
He sold so many bets for me, bro.
DiVincenzo, when he checked him?
Did he?
Yeah, he checked
Nigga
him.
be having games with like 3
He checked
rebounds,
him.
bro.
Yeah,
Like,
checked him into an L.
yeah,
No.
they be having 3 rebounds and shit when you bet on them.
Man.
Don't bet on Miles Turner though. That's
Yeah,
the
so I'm
problem.
saying he's on my DMB list.
Bet on Miles Turner 3-pointers, man. That's it.
Yeah, bet on his points and
That's
shit.
all you gotta do.
No, but he's a good center. You just need a different look. That's all I'm saying. I just think they
Yeah.
need more defense, more perimeter oriented guys. Like I think that was the biggest issue for them this season is defense. Nobody defends on that team outside of Miles Turner blocking shots is their defense. And I do like Aaron Nesmith brings the intensity, but you just need more bodies. The guards. Nemhard is okay, but he's kind of small. Halliburton's not really a defender. Like McConnell's your best guard defender. He's a dog. Let's not get it twisted, but he's not like a lockup defender.
There's
So
limitations to him.
yeah, I think that's what they need if they want to make it further. But I think they got a young team. They got all the pieces. Like no one's really at risk of leaving. Besides, they got to just bring back Pascal, which I'm sure they are gonna do. So I think they just, improve the depth, in my opinion.
Yeah, going along with the depth argument, I think they do have to improve because judging from what I've seen from this year's playoffs, they had a pretty, I don't want to say the term Mickey Mouse, but they had a lot of things going their way to get to the Eastern Conference Finals. And also, what I want to touch upon real quick is I think they need to focus on, I guess, closing out games because there was a few times they could have beaten the Celtics teams. They could have been up 2-1, whatever people want to say, if they closed out a game correctly. I think they got to find a clear, strategy on closing games. But other than that, I think they got to increase the depth, get better defenders, or start playing defense as well. Yeah. Pascal, as we said, he's going to be a main factor because a lot of offense can go through Pascal. Yes, Tyrese Halliburton is a superstar caliber player off the system, but I think if they lose Pascal, it's going to be cooked. Like Pascal really helps them a lot, and we saw it this year.
Yeah, to piggyback on that, I think they're cooked if they don't. I don't think they'll get back to this spot in at least like 2-3 years unless they get another star or if Halliburton takes the next step. I think he's he's an All-NBA player this year, but he had a terrible second half to the season and a really good start. Yeah. But I think he needs to take the next step in order to get his team back there or to that point. And like you said, the bench. They have the best bench in the NBA this year, but I think T.J. McConnell is probably going to get a bigger bag.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, especially I felt like he had the Reggie Jackson run a couple years back with the Clippers.
He's always been a good player, though.
Yeah.
Not this good, though.
Not on like media attention-wise. Not media attention-wise.
It's just like having a good playoff run.
Gets you paid.
Like right before you get paid. Like
Well, I don't think he's been a different player. He just
I love T. Yeah, T. McConnell was nice.
Like Terrence Mann had a good run, too, a couple years back. That's like cool where the category of runs.
30-point playoff game.
a young player that
Yeah,
did it for the first time.
Okay.
A lot of players.
30 plus.
When has McConnell ever done it, though?
I've seen him do it in the regular season. He just hasn't been on teams that have made it far. But
A lot of I was gonna say a lot of players make their money.
Like Washington and Gafford.
like
Bad teams to the best.
Yeah, I think they were on bad teams that couldn't use their skill set. And now they went on a good team with players that could set them up and stuff. And now you're just seeing it more because they're winning.
It's
But
crazy, though.
I don't think they're playing any differently.
So do you think, like, this has me thinking, do you think every player in the NBA, if put with, like, 2 good guys can play
Absolutely.
winning basketball?
I can name like 3 dudes on the Wizards right now that would be really good role players on the team if they were not on the Wizards.
Jordan
Like
Poole?
Denny Avdia.
No, I'm kidding.
No,
yeah,
fuck.
he's a chip. He has a chip.
Well, Jordan Poole's a bench player.
This guy.
Sucks, man.
He got
He's a
like
chip.
that Ben Simmons bullshit. I don't even know. I don't want to say that.
I
but
saw him like something on TikTok about him being the next, like he was supposed to be the next Stephen Curry
No.
after he liked something like that on TikTok.
Man,
Man.
I want
Stay
could've
off
been.
social media.
to do a voodoo on that nigga, man. I hate that dude.
Who?
Jordan Poole.
Why? What do you do to you?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Ask.
You said what?
See what he got to ask.
Yeah.
Nigga sold my whole season.
That's your fault for
yeah.
drafting
You
him.
drafted him in the second round.
Yeah, that's your fault. You thought he was like
Sold my
that.
whole season.
Nobody else thought
I
that.
don't know why
That's
that
fair.
nigga
He was a
cut,
top
bro.
15
Like,
player or top 20 player.
Yeah, I thought he was
I thought it
really
was,
good.
dude,
It's
man.
like Justin Fields in
Wait,
the
you
first
drafted
round.
him
type
second round?
On accident, yeah.
Didn't,
No,
didn't I
no,
see-
no, no, ain't no accident.
Was I the guy? I don't know.
many
He
people
said
in your
Over
roster?
LeBron
How
and
many
Kevin
people were in
Durant.
the-
Over LeBron and Kevin Durant.
No.
LaMelo, Victor, 1v,
How many
1v2.
people were in this draft? Like,
10
Oh,
people.
God.
10
10,
people.
right?
Yeah.
And what was his pick? Like, was he top 20? Like,
He's the first
He
overall
was top
pick.
20. He was the second pick.
No, he traded for the first pick. They got Jokic.
He got Jokic, and then on the turnaround, he got.
He got Jordan
Jokic.
Poole.
So,
Yeah.
on his comeback, he got pulled.
Yeah.
That's still bad.
I know it's bad.
Dude, I got Tatum, Brunson, and then I got LeBron James.
Yeah.
And
Because
he got
of Omari.
Well,
KD.
you didn't, no one knew Brunson was going to be that good, though.
Hudson
this year.
was-
Well, I
Maybe
thought
you
he was
did,
gonna be good,
Messiah.
but yeah.
Hudson was. I think Hudson was last. So
He got KD.
Yeah, I got
KD
KD,
was third
KD
round.
and LaMelo. But I mean, LaMelo.
We were
I
projecting
definitely
pool, but
wasn't
that high was whoa.
Bro, I think I said at the beginning of the season that he'd average 27.
Yeah, you said that. I did not agree with you. Me
There's
and Bez
a-
were severely
Yeah, I was
disagreeing.
like,
I got a lot of
Man,
takes
I
that
agree, I
are
agree,
questionable.
Bez, we were split down the middle. Remember, Hassan and Omari were like,
He said
Jake,
23, though, right?
23 was realistic, bro. 23 is the upper tier of what I was giving him. But yes, I did.
What did
say
he average? 17 or something like that?
Like,
17,
yeah,
20?
17 points.
Like
Bro.
17, yeah, dude, I hate
Nigga said he was about to be the best player on the team.
You said 27. That's way.
Like,
more.
Okay, did you see what he was doing 2 years ago?
He was
how do you
on the
average
Warriors.
20?
That's
What did
why
he do
he's
now?
fucking
What did he do
Warriors
now?
bias.
But
Wait,
it's like, how do you
okay.
average 20? It's like, even if you're on the Warriors, you still got to average 20. How do you average 20 and then go to your own team? And then
Bro,
just
because
become-
I'm
No,
telling
the
you.
looks with Curry and Clay are way different than having your own team.
Exactly.
And
That's
having
what
your
we're
own
talking
offense.
about
It
with
comes back
PJ
to
Washington.
my
100%
yeah,
easier.
my
It's
original
easier to score on
question.
that team.
So you think every NBA player could work on?
No. I said
Not every-
I'm not every NBA player, but every team has those players. That's all I'm gonna say. Like not every
Okay.
player can do
Who
it,
can-
but every team got
Can
a
have
few
an impact
guys.
if you put him in.
Like
a good role
I
player?
can name 3 players on the Hornets, 3 players on the like all these bum teams. There's got at least a handful of guys that can do it. I'm not saying all of them because I'm sure some of them are actually bums.
Yeah.
But there are like I said, Denny Avdia, his skill set. If you watch him play, he has a perfect skill set for a role player. And like he took a lot of big steps this year, but you don't want him handling the ball as much as he did on the
Okay, I
Wizards.
can say lottery picks. I guess because he was a lottery pick.
Yeah, okay. I mean, we can name some more guys. I mean, I don't
Grant
know if you
Williams?
want to
He'll
go through it. No,
definitely- You don't want to help out teams?
I'll make both.
Grant Williams?
no, he can't help. The dude
He's on
teams he got
Celtics.
traded from are in the
Yeah.
finals,
right now.
That is true. But 3
and they
is
said he was
valuable.
annoying. Like they said they didn't like him.
Remember that
That's crazy.
Kyrie's face when he told him something? The meme that he made?
That's how we knew he was about to get traded.
So you can't be fat and goofy.
Oh my god. I remember
You
that.
gotta pick one to struggle.
I remember that.
Not both.
Fucked up.
Can't be
He
fat.
probably said knock knock. Nobody said anything.
struggle, man.
They're like, get this guy off the team, bro.
That is crazy. Like,
Laser
Oh,
fat.
yeah.
they just booted him.
Yeah, but for
Fucking
Indy, Tyrese Halliburton get better. If not, they'll suck. There you go. That's my analysis. Isaac, anything to add? More?
Siakam's nice, bruh. He was doing his shit. They need to get some other type of either like I don't know, like a vet or some other person who could score well. Cause when Halliburton was out, the ball was kind
That's
of
true. Isn't
stagnant.
who's that?
Siakam was going crazy, yeah.
If they weren't in transition or fast whatever the fuck, fast breaks.
Yeah, fast break.
Andrew
They had
Nemhard.
a hard time getting buckets, like just in.
That's how they scored all year.
Shout out to Andrew Nemhard.
Also, when we say Halliburton improve, what do we want him to do?
Better score.
Okay.
Better decision making too.
It's not even.
Do you think he'll be a better scorer?
No,
He
I
needs
don't.
to-
I don't
he
think
needs
he's
to
gonna
motor.
improve, and he just needs to be more aggressive.
I was just about to say that
That's
because
not-
a lot of times during these games, I'm like, Halliburton shoot the ball. Halliburton shoot the ball. And they're like, wait, he'll pass. I'm like, Hallie, shoot the ball. Like
Decision-making.
like what Hassan said, the first half of the season, he was playing aggressive ball in the regular season. He was shooting, he was driving, he was kick. Like everything was more aggressive. I know he got injured, he came back, but the playoffs, he was not as aggressive as he was, bro.
Nah, yeah, only like one game. Like,
Yeah,
It helps everybody when he's aggressive because
Yeah,
then
like-
their defense have to respect him. Because a lot of times there are times where they basically let him get to the rim because they know he's not gonna shoot the ball or he's not gonna take that floater or mid-range shot.
think
So he
he's-
has to be okay with taking what the defense is giving him
Yeah,
instead of just
all of his life
playmaking
he's
first.
been like a playmaker. So then finding the transition to be more aggressive is harder for him. But if he wants to be great, then he'll learn.
Pass first type of guy got to be.
I think it's just a shift because he started his career with the Kings where he was basically not handling the ball at all. Then he went to the Pacers where he's handling the ball all the time, and I think he just kind of got mixed up between two extremes where he's basically not touching the ball unless De'Aaron Fox is out of the game, and now he's touching the ball all the time, and it's like you got to balance it out where I got to score sometimes and I also have to play make. So I think he's just learning, as a young player should in his career. So I think he can get better. That's what the whole thing with Anthony Edwards, like, you getting hate on the little short, but I was just saying, like, with these young guys, like, you have to let them go through these moments when they're like 22, 23 years old, because they got to go through that learning experience and fail. Like, failure leads to success at some point because you learn what you have to do. You suffer through that heartbreak and all that stuff. So it's like everybody has to go through that trial of passage or whatever you want to call it. And like, even though Luka played well in his like first playoffs or whatever, like the team got booted in the first round by the Clippers in the bubble, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So it's like,
he was playing overseas at 13, so he's already felt like heartbreak and stuff.
Yeah, but it's like the team is not gonna, even if the player plays well, like the team is just not gonna win a championship your first run unless you're Magic Johnson, right? So it's like, you're just going to have to go through that one way or another, whether it's a team thing. Maybe you didn't get your teammates involved. You were too ball dominant. Maybe that was Luka's problem. I didn't go back and look, but maybe he was like too selfish in that first series. And like Anthony Edwards this time was not aggressive. So I just think the young players just have to go through that learning curve, and Halliburton's just another one of those dudes. So that's why I'm a little hesitant to like call them out or even criticize them too much, because it's like they have to go through this. Like I don't see them winning a championship, right? So it's like, all right, it's what I expected at some point.
Well,
so
I mean, when it comes to the Wolves, I feel like I agree with you, but I understand like Hudson's disappointment, considering the like comparisons that people have been making from his earlier games.
I just think those aren't fair though. Like, this is not fair comparisons.
I agree, they're not like, it's more of a stylistic comparison, but it's like if you because it's not like he doesn't feed into the hype around himself. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, he's humble, but he also has his arrogant side. You know what I mean?
Brash.
Yeah. So I'm like, he also like plays into it.
He knows what to say.
If he's like he's had times where he's like, oh, don't compare me to so and so, but like he does feed into it when he gets like
when he's good
hype. Yeah, when he's having good games.
Jamal Murray.
So it's like
I remember that.
I understand like people like Hudson's disappointment because they were favored going into this, and I would have favored them against the Celtics in the finals.
No, that's definitely fair though.
And so, if he disappoints, I feel like it is okay to be like he's disappointing, and you got to hold him accountable. But I do think he will also grow. You know what I mean? Like I agree with both of you guys. Like he's gonna grow, and he's gonna get better. He's probably gonna average 28 for like the next. Fucking, I don't know, like 6.
I think the real difference is like what happens in the playoffs. Like that's where the growth has to come, in my opinion. Like
I agree with you with like the failure part. You need to fail to succeed. I'm just saying we have to hold him accountable to like the other guys. But the thing with Anthony Edwards is that he's like so beloved. Everyone likes him because he knows what to say, when like the right time to say it and when to say it.
He's very polarizing, so I get why people are quicker to criticize him over like somebody like Halliburton.
Yeah,
it's
but
like he's
still
more popular.
2 games, Twitter was going crazy on this, and then not influencers, the media or Sports Center, whatever, all those guys, they were hounding him.
Who, Halliburton?
Edwards.
Oh, yeah.
They were hounding on. They were so quick. They were like, for the whole like playoffs, he was playing amazing. They were like, yes.
Saying like, oh,
the second he had 2 bad games, I get it. Playoff games, everything's like under a microscope. Yeah. They called him Chipotle workers, bro. Like what? Like, can we give him some time, brother?
Dude, the memes are hilarious.
They were saying, bro, MJ's not Anthony Edwards' dad. It's actually Luka Doncic.
Which is like, bro, like I get the memes are hilarious. I'm laughing too.
Yeah, the memes.
But
it's
the
fine.
quickness to turn from love to like make fun, like people hating for like the first 2 games.
Both Kyrie and Luka were
not so. I don't think they should hate so much, but he definitely was choking. But
he was.
To switch up, like,
well, the whole team was choking. I can't even put on him. Like, we can't act like Cat was putting in work or
I
something.
saw something
Like,
even worse.
That's what I'm saying.
We know who Cat is. We don't think Cat is Anthony Edwards.
We know what they expect.
We should talk about Cat for real. Though.
I saw something after the last game for the game 5 the other day for the Edwards for Minnesota. Edwards saying he's like, we were clicking on like as a whole team for the first 2 series, and then for the new one, the most recent one, the Mavs one, they weren't clicking as a team. He was like saying defensively we're we weren't all in there. Offensively the shots weren't falling again. I think now that I was just saying Edwards' first time in the Western Conference Finals. What was it? Luka's first time in the Western Conference was a few years ago too, right?
I guess the Warriors.
Crazy though, man.
Huh?
he was going crazy still.
Yeah, he was going crazy, but I'm just saying, like, I don't think we should.
They got swept by the Warriors or like 5
lost in
games.
5,
It was
yeah.
5.
So it's like it was a similar
the
thing.
same thing.
I mean, he was playing better, but like the similar result, you know.
Yeah.
Exactly. So back to the whole topic of discussion where we should, be quick to hold him to the higher regard of those top 10 players that we're talking about, right,
You
Hassan?
think he's top 10 though, right?
I want to say
We
this
gotta
with a
make
huge.
that list,
I want to say this with
We'll
a
have
huge.
him on our list.
Right now,
We'll
I
do
want to
our
say
list,
this.
though. I just wanna-
He's hovering is the
Yeah.
word I want to use. I don't want to declare him top 10, but hovering after what I've seen from this year is what I want to say. Hovering.
Okay, so after a full scope of seeing the whole season of him, you say he's hovering top 10?
Hovering around, correct.
Yeah.
What do you think? Same?
Probably hovering. Yeah, I'm not going to say he's a lock because I don't think he is, but I think he is in that range.
But this is a good topic for like after the playoffs are done, when the season's said and done, we can give our
Full
Top 10,
analysis,
yeah.
top 50, top 20. Well, we can go down.
I mean, he's a top 10 shooting guard, obviously. Like he's probably top 1 or 2, but it's like top 10. There's a lot of good players at other positions, especially the big man is getting stacked. So it's like it's gonna be
know,
hard.
like-
top 10.
Huh?
He should have been second team. Bron's still top 10 at least. Probably top 5.
Yeah, like
Should've
I would
been
still take
LeBron's
LeBron
top
over
5.
Anthony Edwards
Oh, for
right
sure.
now.
100%.
Yeah,
They
so
played New Orleans before Denver,
Who?
Minnesota.
No.
For Minnesota.
they played the Phoenix.
Phoenix.
And they
They
swept their
Swept
ass.
them.
Exactly.
You remember that time? Remember he's averaging like 37?
Hey,
Like,
Bro,
He was
couple
hooping.
people
Yeah, but it's
out.
like we can't. It's like you got to be somewhere in the middle. It's like the middle of that Western Conference and the
Yeah.
middle of that first round. It's like
You know, it's funny.
Two
I
extremes.
expected, KD and Devin Booker to do what Luka and Kyrie did
Dang.
Yeah, really.
in the first round.
To be
But
honest,
If Luca had a hard run, then so did Edwards, but Edwards just didn't have a good result.
Luka-
well,
Luka's
it's not a run if you lose.
Yeah.
But I mean, like teams
I mean,
that
he
they
had a
took
good-
out, like
yeah, they
Luka
took out the
had-
champs.
Took out the champ.
Yeah,
Took out the champ.
I
obviously.
also see what like Hassan's saying when he compares it to like Bron and
It's
them,
a
like
team,
saying
though.
that Bron and KD and them like showed up in their first times. It's because like.
But
aside
did they
from-
though? Like they
Yeah, like,
played
it's
well,
still-
but it's like they
yeah.
still lost.
Yeah, I know, but Hassan didn't even say anything about the winning and losing. But it's like it's just showing up. Like since Anthony.
But did Edwards not show up
Anthony-
though?
I mean, if he
Not to what he was doing before.
In the regular season,
So
he
in two
averaged 20
series he
29
showed
not
up, but in the Western Conference Finals he
That's-
gets stopped. Like
Yeah.
His whole, I think his
That's what
entire
I'm saying,
playoff
man.
average is not even. It's like 23 or something.
It was
Like
higher.
No, it's high,
His
it's higher.
high's way higher. It's like
It's
28.
higher.
it's just the
Or
Western
the
Conference
last series.
Finals.
Finals, he
Yeah,
didn't
but
show
if you
up.
have a- If you have a series where you only average 23 and you go way below your average,
Yeah, it should be a middle.
It's
'Cause he
like-
What did
go
Donovan do
crazy.
against the Knicks one? That's a good comparison. Donovan had like 24, right? Remember?
Who?
When Donovan played really bad against the Knicks last year.
Oh, we hold him accountable though. You
Yeah.
killed him.
Yeah,
I'm comparing.
And he's
it
not
to
a
the-
first
Man, you're not
time
gonna kill
like.
Edwards,
But
man.
that's what I'm comparing it to. He's a
But
young
why,
guy
though?
who's also like.
But Donovan was
playing
way
bad.
more like Donovan had like multiple runs with the Jazz after
Correct.
that. So.
But
He had good
Serious.
runs though. I mean, this first time he didn't make it to conference finals, but his
Who?
first time, Donovan.
Oh yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Edwards
playoff
had 2
runs.
runs prior. He played against the John Morant. He averaged like 24, and then he played against the Nuggets and he
That
averaged like
series is
30.
But it's like,
bro.
are
He
y'all
averaged
saying that
30.
his Anthony Edwards run is not good? I don't
No, no,
understand.
I think
that.
I'm not saying
amazing.
that.
So it's
I
like
think
that,
he's
but y'all
No,
are
no,
saying
no.
like, oh, Donovan Mitchell had this great run. It's like Anthony Edwards did too. He just played
No,
bad
we
in the
gave him
last
this-
series.
Did we not give him his credit for it though?
Hey,
I
guys,
feel like you guys are still trying to like.
food.
Well, the way I took from Omari, it was like, oh yeah, like he did the two series he played well, but since he folded in the Western Conference, we got to hold him accountable.
No,
like
no,
I
no,
still
no,
think
no, no.
overall it was a good improvement, and like he showed us a lot more than he didn't or like had questions about. You know
I
what
was
I mean?
comparing it to him
I agree
because
with that
Donovan
too.
played very good in his first few playoff series, had a
Yeah.
bad one because of that. Then he came back and played very well again because I think Donovan's a damn near superstar player too, in my
Yeah.
opinion. He averaged
Okay.
30 against in like multiple Jazz series. He came to the Cleveland one, played bad, whatever. Everyone played bad, but then he came back again and he played very well by himself.
I just don't even think that's fair, just because like this is Anthony Edwards' first real playoff run. You know what I mean? Like he hasn't been out the first round before
I'm just
this
saying,
year.
but the way we hold him is borderline top 10, right? If you
Yeah.
name borderline top 10 players, we're gonna hold him.
But I
you're
think
just
he's
seeing it as a
only-
different perspective because of his age.
I think he's only borderline top 10 because of what he did in the playoffs. Like if he didn't beat Phoenix, like we wouldn't be like, oh, he's top 10. We wouldn't even be
Yeah,
considering.
that's why we have him
You
at
gotta
that
acknowledge
conversation,
what
right?
he
Did he average
did.
So if we
like
put him
20,
in that
almost 29?
threshold, then we have
Like
to hold him
27,
accountable
like
when he
27.
loses too.
I get that. No, that's definitely fair. But I think it's like moving forward. I don't think we should hold this series against him. But I say moving forward, like next year during the regular season, then I think we can. But I think since this was his run to put himself in the top 10, you can't use what he did on that run
I see your
against.
point,
like that
but
take.
you gotta
I
take
like that take.
you gotta take into context the series of him coming in with his team is better than Luka's and Kyrie's. Is this not cap or?
It's close.
Yeah, no,
You know-
They have more. They have the 6 man of the year. They have the
Statistically,
DPOY.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
They have a good number 2, and Cat's your leader. Or sorry,
Okay.
not Cat. Ant is your leader.
I
The
can
reason
make-
why they lost these games was because they didn't show up, and the reason they won the game 5 is or game 4 is because they showed up.
Well, I think the reason they lost is they showed up. Well, okay, some of them didn't show up because I can't say that. But like the
gotta
real
show up
issue
on
was
defense.
closing games. Like they just choked a lot of
Yeah.
the games.
Who are the
And
top
that-
two
who's your
players in the
closer?
series? Who are the top two
Luka
players?
and Kyrie.
Okay, so you already have the top 2 selected. Who would you say was the third best in the series?
Anthony Edwards.
the fourth?
No, sorry.
Oh.
Anthony Edwards is the second best player in the series. 100%.
so? In
He's
that
better than
series?
Kyrie.
No, he is. Okay.
That
100%.
series.
But then
That series.
I
he
can
should be.
argue, bro.
He should be.
I'm
He
saying in the
wasn't.
series.
He wasn't. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, and he's your best player, right?
Correct.
Hold him
He's the
accountable.
Wolves' best player. I like what Best said.
But
just
Cat, if we're doing that, Cat was like the 10th best player in the
Okay, but
series.
we know
also
who Cat
needs to be
is.
held
We
accountable
know
too.
who Cat
But it's
is.
like,
Cat stinks.
no, I know, but it's like, all I'm saying is, I'm not saying like, oh, Anthony Edwards is just absolved of criticism or anything like that. But it's like, his teammates might have played worse than he did, so it's like that's why I'm kind of taking everything with a grain of salt. You know
Okay,
what I mean?
but,
Like,
bro,
he can't play good if it's like he's getting double teamed and he's passing out. I get it. You got to be more aggressive, but it's like, damn, bro, Cat hit one shot so that he doesn't get double teamed every possession, and they got to respect you. It's like you're 0 of 8 from
Stop to
3.
pick your spots. Like even, a lot of stars get double teamed. Luka was getting double teamed sometimes.
Dog,
and he still
Cat was
picked his
10 for
spots.
40 this series.
No,
bro, on threes.
I'm not saying Cal. I'm telling you, Cal was bad. I agree with you there. But like when Nas Reed gives you 20 points, Jaden McDaniels gives
He
you
didn't
20
give him
points.
20 all the time. Yeah,
Nas
bad
Reed
game
gave you
5.
20 points in one
Yeah,
game.
very bad game
I'm
5.
talking about game 1.
No, Nasri was balling.
Nas Reed was good. If your role players are showing up and you're not showing up, and then we gotta hold you accountable for that.
But it's
Yeah,
like,
Nas Reed
dude,
was
like,
damn near the best player
the
in
starters
series
aren't
for a
showing
while.
up. You know what I mean? Like the role players are showing up, but your second most important player, and arguably, well, second and third, if you want Rudy to be in that conversation,
Well,
like.
we know he's not offensive.
But it's like those aren't showing up defensively. They're not showing up even at all
Okay, blame
offensively
coaching
for
for the
Cat.
Rudy stuff. Like this man's getting outside, like
yeah,
to Luka
okay. I
and
can blame
Kyrie.
coaching.
How many times did we tell you Gobert's ass?
It's not on him.
It's not on him. It's his coaching. Any center's gonna get cooked like that.
He's
It's
just
Luka
so
and
good.
Doncic. Like,
No,
He
but
doesn't, he
he is so like.
Wait, we're not even
people
talking
in
about
one
offense.
dimension
Like
do
we're not
it.
expecting him to do shit on
Gobert,
offense.
but he's so. It's not even just offensively. He's just so specifically like uncoordinated. Like
That's not his
not
game. We
even.
know.
I know, but like there's still other big people just as big as him. Like so many other big
Lively.
men who are still not that uncoordinated.
Gafford.
Like that dude when he put a ball in his hand, he tries to do a spin move. He looks like.
I mean,
it's like-
I'm not.
Yeah,
we
I agree
can't
with you,
disagree
but
about his
that's-
offense.
You know what I
not-
mean?
that's
But
not why
it's
he's
just
getting
like,
paid.
How? Like I don't even understand like how you can be that uncoordinated.
Did you not see that fadeaway?
Yeah, NBA player.
Okay.
That shit was pissing me.
But,
Hey, he got a point.
I
That shit
wanna-
was
Never
tough.
mind. Never mind.
I want to bring it back to what Bez was saying. I want to bring it back to what Bez was saying about Anthony Edwards, about his discussion, about using what we've seen from him in the past 3 to 4 years, and then now next time he comes into the playoffs, this is where we're gonna
we have to hold
start.
the
We're gonna
standard
start the
at
precedent
this
here
point, yeah.
because what he's shown. Okay, he had a playoff exit, a Western Conference final. Very good. We weren't expecting him to go to the final. We were expecting him to win, right? So now going into the next series, we're gonna.
I thought the Nuggets was
Okay,
would defeat
no,
them.
winning the finals. Regardless,
I
or anyone may
would've
think.
took them.
I know you would have took them. I probably would have took them too. But anyways, going back to what I was like.
It's a lot of recency bias.
Yeah,
in
it's a lot of
that, 'cause
recency bias.
You beat the defending champs, like, oh, you could be
Yeah.
anybody, you know?
So going back to that East Western Conference exit, now they're gonna take an off season, develop. Now this next season where they have actual goals they need to reach. Because before the season started, we did not think this team was gonna be a Western Conference final
We
team,
all had
right?
them as like a
Next
7
to that.
seed.
We all had them as a
Going into
7
the
seed. They were
season.
top 3. They beat expectations. Now going forward, they're gonna have expectations.
Exactly.
Next step.
That's
You take the
perfectly
next step.
said.
That's what he
Reason
said.
why.
That's what he said. That's what Bez and I are saying. Like
Yeah,
now
I
you
agree
hold them
with you.
accountable to the bar that they set.
Okay, so what's next for Minnesota?
Now you have to try and either get back to where you were and improve. So
Yeah.
Western Conference. Well, that's what they're gonna do offseason. They're gonna make some probably adjustments going forward. You might have to.
I'm not the GM.
I'm
and
not the
it's-
GM.
It's a hard.
Well, just for
I saw what KG was saying. No, there was like KG, Matt Barnes, and was it
Steven Jackson.
Steven Jackson. So KG was like, they gotta make a trade, and then Matt Barnes was like, yeah, they gotta get rid of, or Steven Jackson, they gotta get rid of Cat, and KG's like, what? They're getting rid of Cat? He's like, yeah, Cat's gonna get you something. He's like, what about
I've heard
Gobert?
that.
And then they're like, Gobert gonna get you shit. Like, well, you know what you get with Gobert. It's like a bag of chips. That's it. But then
5 first rounders for him.
exactly, I agree. But now he's not worth 5 first rounders. It's anyone else.
Someone will take him.
5 first, whatever.
Not 5 first rounder.
Whatever,
Five, but he's
whatever you
not
think
valuable.
whatever you think he was worth.
He
a
upped
lot
his
of
value this
Of
year.
course,
Back
he upped
up,
his value.
yeah.
But they were saying how Cat has more trade value than Gobert. Obviously, I don't know if they're gonna do it. I don't know what's going on.
Yes.
I'm not the.
I actually do.
It's
I
a
see
little
that
weird.
floating around. I think they're going to trade Cat for a multitude of reasons. Number one, I think they need to trade one of their bigger contract guys because luxury tax is going to kick in, and then the owner's going to have to pay like $100 million if he doesn't trade one of those contracts.
Supermax for Edwards
bag,
coming
they
in
bag.
too.
That's also why you have to trade one of those supermax guys in Gobert or Cat so you can pay him because you can't pay him if you
Homegrown.
have
Or you can't with the luxury tax.
And also with just Cat, like we've seen, like you said, we know what he is. Like we've seen in the playoffs, and like he kind of got masqueraded this run because the defense was really good and he was playing good defense on Jokic, and it's like okay, made it okay. But really, like all throughout the playoffs, like he didn't really have any big moments. You know what I mean? Like besides a couple
He had,
times
like,
in that
one good game, like-
in the Denver series though. But it's like that was a whole team more thing. Like
Foul trouble.
the
Cat is also
Timberwolves,
bad.
the Timberwolves were built to stop the Denver Nuggets, so it's like it's very hard for Karl Anthony Towns not to thrive in that environment. But every single other playoff series we've seen him in, where he's against another team, it's like oh, he's passive, he's soft, like he's you know what I mean, like he's too passive on attacking the rim, shooting 0 of 8 from 3. Like, bro, take a step inside. You're fucking 7 feet tall and post one of these dudes up. Like Derek Lively's their only big man. Yeah, you're taking 8 3-pointers and you haven't hit one. It's like that type of mentality is like, I don't know if you can teach it because he hasn't been able to learn it. He doesn't strike me as the type of person that would like be aggressive like that. So, and Naz Reid does similar things that you've done, so much so that they had Naz Reid close games for them and they benched Cat because like Naz Reid was just hooping. Yeah. So it's like I think he would be expendable. He would get you more back than Rudy Gobert, and it's like I just feel like he doesn't have that it factor that you want on a championship team.
To your point too, like there's really good guards in the West too. Like they can just ISO them. So every team in the West has like Ja Morant, SGA, Luka, Kyrie, Steph. So, like, having these two big
Austin
guys
Reeves.
out there, Austin Reeves.
No, continue.
D'Lo. Having two guys that are big and forcing them to guard out, like, the perimeter. I think their last game, they played Naz Reid, Cat, and Rudy Gobert all at the same time, which is insane. So, I feel like trading them would be a good option. Before you said that, now that I changed my mind, I think that they should have kept everybody and let Anthony Edwards take that next step to being a superstar and lead the team again.
You're saying they should do this?
That's what I thought beforehand.
Oh, okay.
Before you made your point. Yeah, so like let Anthony Edwards like get better and then take that same team to the conference finals and show up and take them to the finals. But having two bigs now, you're just gonna get cooked like they just did with Luke and Kyrie.
Yeah, it's just like that. That's only gonna work against Denver. It's like every other team you're at a mismatch because it's like your best bench player is a big man, and it's like you already have two big men that it's hard for them to play with each other as it is. Like they had to take a whole season to figure it out. So it's like now when you're against the Mavericks that are going small ball or a center that can step out like Anthony Davis and can
start Naz Reid at the power forward.
You can trade one of them and keep Naz.
Yeah, you can literally Naz Reid is good enough to start. So if you want to have a similar system, just slot Naz Reid in there. Maybe you get a guy like Mikal Bridges or something, and now you got even more defense. Like that's be insane.
He's a top piece, I feel like, for trade assets.
Yeah, I would want him on the Lakers, honestly.
Something I was hearing. Also, I was watching the Edwards stuff after the loss. He was saying about like someone asked him, "What do you think about the future next offseason coming up?" He's like, one of the things he focused on, like talking to the reporter, he was saying he wants to focus on conditioning and get back to what he was like doing when he was a freshman in college. He said he doesn't feel as like conditioned or as as good as he was physically as he was in the freshman year of college.
His longest playoff run, longest season in his career to this point.
So I think he's gonna
Team USA.
And he's gonna play again too. And he's gonna try and get his conditioning up, get back to being physically better, which is gonna lead to him playing better on offense and defense going forward. So that's something that he could do. But that's just a personal Edwards thing I'm talking about, not a team thing. But
I was saying earlier, like in the last pod, that it's gonna like start weighing on him because since he's young, like. Yeah. When I was arguing against Hassan about like the young point.
He eats poorly too. We've seen it with the hot Cheetos and the Popeyes.
I probably got a chef now.
I think they checked that. Yeah, I think
when you're young and you have and you have way less experience, like you kind of don't know what it takes till you try it. You know what I mean? Like you don't know what a deep playoff run actually feels like till you're in a deep playoff run. You know? So like
I'm not gonna kill the man, but
I could tell like after I think it was like the last couple games of the Denver series, like. You could tell that it was like not even just his energy and stuff, but like it's like mentally weighing on him. It's hard to like bring that every single night, or I guess every other night, but like for that many games in a row, that you have to like stay 100% locked in no matter what. Like it's gonna weigh on you. You're gonna start to like,
especially coming off a Game 7 beating Denver.
Yeah, Game 7. Yeah, it was a crazy ass series. Like sometimes you get such a high pressure moment, and it's like once you complete that, you feel like a sense of relief almost. But then you're like
ease off the gas a little bit.
But yeah, you're at like a kind of like a lower spot. Then like, could you just expend it? It's like so much energy, And I feel like it just weighed on him.
It's like that adrenaline rush kind of jumped down. So
would you compare this to like Booker's finals run? I guess when he lost to Giannis, and then next year we hold him accountable. Because I'm trying to see because Booker, I still think Booker's better, but I want to
in my opinion of like
check
where
the temperature of it.
Like where Anthony
Ja Morant, I'd
gauged, like. I feel like.
I mean, we don't take Morant seriously, too, do we?
I take him seriously. I know.
I didn't think he was gonna. He had a chance at winning the finals at all.
No, but we didn't think the Timberwolves were gonna make to the finals. Like
I did.
But that's after they beat Denver.
But that's for real
before the season.
But that's after they beat Denver.
Before the season.
Yeah, but when the playoffs started, we didn't even. Some of us didn't even pick us to beat fucking Phoenix. So it's like.
Yeah, I didn't.
So it's like what I mean. Hindsight's 20/20. But I'm saying. John Morant, he had the same thing. He lost to the Warriors, I believe, that year. But like after that, we were like, okay, the Grizzlies team is legit. Like he's the franchise guy. Like he's a star. We have expectations of him to be a star player. And now we're debating like, oh, is he gonna be the guy to lead him to a championship? Now I feel like Anthony Edwards is right there.
I feel like Edwards is on a high level. Like I never.
It's recency bias though.
Well, because he's done it. That's why I feel that way.
But it's like John Morant
hasn't done anything.
He was literally right there. He was just a round under. Like
Okay, we had no belief.
6 games.
We all knew the Lakers were going to beat him. And they beat him in, what, 5 or 6 last year,
Talking about
right?
the Warriors versus Grizzlies, brother?
No, I'm
Warriors-
talking about
no,
the
this
first
one
time
on
they did that. Not the one against the Grizzlies. That was a different scenario.
okay.
But I'm talking about that first
That was
that
the second round, right?
the first time they made the
That was
playoffs,
the
it was a
second round.
play-in. But then the next year they made the second seed and they beat whoever they played in the first round, and then they lost to the
Minnesota.
Warriors.
Warriors. That's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. The Warriors versus Grizzlies. After
I didn't
that,
take
was
him
like,
seriously either then. I knew
John
the Warriors
Morant?
were going to win. The team.
But that's. But,
I took Anthony Edwards serious after he beat Denver. Like,
but I'm
now we
saying,
have him in
okay,
this
but
conversation.
but when you
Suns
defeat the
didn't
defending
even
champs,
solidify
I
it.
guarantee if John
Oh, that
Morant
was up there too.
if John Morant beat the Warriors, he would have taken him seriously. Is all I'm saying.
100%,
So
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. It's just the only difference is Jaw's team
Didn't make-
lost in 6. Anthony Edwards' team won in 7.
Yeah, but he made it to the conference finals. That's
And-
the thing.
and they
Like,
got their
if
ass
John Morant
kicked.
makes it to the conference finals, then I hold him in the same like threshold as Anthony Edwards.
Brother.
Right now, John, I don't take him
think you should do
seriously,
that.
bro.
It's just like
I don't
now.
think that's fair.
Why?
Like,
You gotta
Because
win.
it's teams too. Like, bro, it's like play styles. Like, bro, the Grizzlies as a team may not have been the favorites, may have been heavy, but like as a player, John Morant and as what he's capable of, he's that guy.
That's what I'm
Okay,
saying.
but
Yeah.
You can be like
Dog, yeah,
super
but, like-
talented, but you have to win at some point, right?
Is John Morant not a
I mean-
winner? Like you're saying this like he's
No,
been in the
I think
fucking
he's
not in the playoffs.
lottery every year.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Harden.
What you mean?
He's super talented, never won. What do you want to hold him
conference
to?
finals though, and a 60+
Oh,
win team.
but the
I take-
conference finals is what kills him.
So Anthony
Yeah,
Edwards.
that's the deal.
So if John Morant took a team to the conference finals, I take him
Do
seriously.
you think
That's
Tracy
like the
McGrady's
deal.
a
for me.
superstar ever?
So you're. So
never made it past
It
the
has
first-
to be the conference finals.
What?
I don't
So
think
Tracy
Tracy-
McGrady's a bum. He's
No,
bum.
I never
said it was
He
a
said
bum.
no.
He never
He said
made.
superstar.
He averaged 34, 33, brother.
So Bradley Beal's a superstar.
Oh, no, don't even say his
Back to
name.
this guy.
Don't even
Wait,
say
you
his
got to be
name
a
to
playoff
Jason
team
Boyd,
to
you got a
average
point.
35.
You got a point.
No, you got to be at
McGrady
least a
has one
playoff
win.
team and
We always
average
we
35.
talk about this all the
Dog,
time.
he
One
made the
playoff
playoffs.
win.
Beal didn't fucking make the playoffs.
He has one playoff win. Beal did in his
One
career.
playoff.
With John
With
Wall.
Not in the career
John
average.
myself.
Yeah.
I'm just saying though, you can't be a superstar and not making the playoffs, bro.
Nah, I love
Unless you,
Tracy
like,
McGrady.
When did John Morant not make the playoffs
No,
as a
to
superstar?
that point, I think
Oh,
John
yeah,
Morant
no.
is.
I agree with
superstar
that. Yeah,
talented.
I'd rather be a
But I'm
bullshit.
just saying I don't take him
He
serious. I don't take anybody serious until they make the conference finals.
That's
Like,
what's
I mean,
so
Wemby's like OD, but
No, he hasn't made a conference finals. What do you mean?
Pascal, let me find
he's
a player.
generational.
Hold on. So you don't take Joel Embiid seriously either, huh?
Oh, he's an MVP. Though.
Whoa, what do you mean? No, he ain't ma- He's the prime example.
He talks
Contact,
every
dude.
year.
Contact.
He talks every year. I don't take that nigga
He's
serious.
top.
Yeah, I respect that. You got to stand 10 toes on it at least. Yeah, SGA too.
The Kevin Hart meme. You got me.
got me.
SGA takes seriously. I don't know.
All right, good.
It's just John Morant doesn't like do it for me.
You can
man.
say John Morant, like you just feel differently about him specifically, but it's like the conference final shit. Don't give me that.
What do you
bullshit.
see that I don't see in Ja? Nigga
I
just
just think,
jumps.
I just.
Nah,
No, I'm playing.
He has high IQ.
I'm not rolling with that one.
He has
I'm not rolling with that
insanely
one.
I'm
high
kidding.
You said
Okay.
about Zion, to be honest, but not John
Nah,
Morant.
he don't even jump anymore.
I just don't take him like serious. His team's just like goofy to me. Just the
But that's
gritties
not
and everything.
that's
I
not
don't know.
because of
I get
him
what you
only.
mean,
You know
like-
what I mean?
Yeah, but
You get
Anthony
off
Edwards
that.
is goofy, but he wins and he shows up.
What?
Like, Anthony Edwards is goofy. He was doing the DX by like the Jordan.
All right, tell me
he's
this
a goofy
though.
guy. He's funny.
Mike Conley would be the best vet John Morant has had in his entire career. Am I wrong on that?
Nah, yeah, Steven Adams.
You got D Rose.
D Rose.
I mean,
he didn't play
Marcus
with
Smart,
the
Marcus
Smart's
Smart.
good.
I guarantee
So
you.
Mike
Who's
Conley
next
might be
year?
the
I
opposite.
guarantee you, D Rose
Yeah,
was
no, Mike
going
Conley's
in there
fine.
and not saying a single word to them. He was just doing
quiet.
him.
He's just
Like
quiet.
he's
No,
not that
he'll
type of
probably,
person.
he's like off camera type of guy. Because I remember I see him walking with John Morant his first game back, like going into the game.
Ooh.
D Rose with him.
I mean, I'm sure he's not ignoring him, but like,
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna like.
I
I'm
think
gonna
that's
be
the
your
sole
mentor.
reason
You know.
I
I'm
think
gonna
that
be
was
your
the
big
first
bro.
he
I'm
got
gonna be your big
signed.
bro.
And him and Marcus Smart. We'll see next year.
Hey, it should tell you something that D Rose is like. If you were that good of a mentor, like these teams would be bringing you back, and you wouldn't be fucking on the Shaq tour of
being
rainbow
left.
jerseys. You know,
He's still in the league, though.
You don't slander. I love it.
he's good enough. He got the skill. I just don't think he.
Give LeBron
I think
his
the thing that
MVP.
separates like the UDs and like those type of guys, like they're willing to be like mentors and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
I don't think I'm not like D Rose is not against like he's not gonna show those people away, but he's also not gonna. Oh yeah, I'll do it. I'll be the
Yeah, 'cause
guy.
that's not his like personality.
Yeah.
I
So
don't know. You tell me.
Wait, what?
He said isn't D Rose from the hood?
I think.
From the hood.
Yeah, that's what he said. I don't
Know
know.
this guy.
The hood.
Yeah, he probably is.
Yeah, I just think. With the Grizzlies, we got to see. I think obviously this season doesn't really count. Like they had so much shit go wrong. I think next season they're set up in a beautiful situation. If you want to say,
Yeah, thank you.
the Inglewood area. Most dangerous neighborhood in Chicago.
A shout out to D Rose.
Hey,
D Rose.
Mud.
Yeah. So if the Grizzlies next season they got a lottery pick, they could trade it. They could get another big to help them out since they traded Steven Adams. Play with Jaren Jackson. They could get some vets. They got a lot of ways to go this offseason. I think next year you could say, we'll see what John Morant does, but I still think he has those qualities because he's consistently taken his team to at least a play-in ever since he was in the league. Like even that
They've
first
been like
season.
a top 3 seed recently too.
Yeah, they've been really when he's been healthy, they've been a playoff team at the worst. So he was and they beat like Utah and another team to be the first team to make the play-in from the 9th seed. I think the first time it happened. So yeah, I just think he's done a lot of things well. And exceeded expectations.
He's like a ticket seller to me. Ticket seller superstar.
Yeah, but
people just
it's
want to
like,
watch him play.
But he averages
I feel like that's
I don't think
LaMelo
he's
Ball,
gonna
not like I see.
He's in the same.
Nah,
he's a
but
winner.
he-
I mean, LaMelo doesn't play. Ja plays. So.
Plus, he averaged
better
28 points. I'm like, anyone who averages 28 points,
Is a superstar?
damn
28
near.
is hard, brother.
28 is hard.
It's like it's leading
I've
to
seen
winning.
Bums average 20.
It's
not
leading to
bums.
winning though. Like they're winning because of him.
28 and 8
He's
is not-
young too. Like, yeah, he's
Okay,
crazy.
but
That's the
None of
difference
these
between
seven,
him and
like,
LaMelo. Like LaMelo,
He's
he
there.
gets on the court and like
improved
don't get
every
me
year,
wrong,
too.
he makes his teammates better, but like they don't win because of him. John
Yeah,
Morant literally
they
got
win
there
because
and the
of him.
culture completely. Well,
Yeah.
not the culture,
Like,
but
winning-
like
winning
well,
started
actually,
happening.
I could say the culture changed. Like
Yeah, it
maybe not
did.
for the best completely, but like it did change.
I feel like I never take the team seriously though. I feel like they were the OKC of this
They
year.
became ghetto.
the thing is, like, you don't take them seriously to the point of being a contender, but they're
Yeah.
a playoff team, right?
Oh,
We don't
for
even
sure.
take the Hornets seriously as a playoff team. Like, there's levels to this, is what I'm saying. Like, you could still be a superstar and maybe not be on the tier guys like Jokic and shit, but like, you can be that tier under where you're still a number one option on the team. You could still lead your team to the playoffs, like what Donovan Mitchell's doing, right?
That's what I'm saying.
I think John and Donovan Mitchell are in a similar tier, in my opinion.
Yeah. I was gonna say something. I don't know if you all agree.
Playmaker.
I don't know if you guys are gonna agree with this because I'm gonna say if John Morant played in the East with the Hornets, they make the play-in and then the playoffs.
Oh, for
No.
sure, 100%.
Brother,
The Hornets team that he had,
LaMelo
yeah,
made a
probably.
playoff play-in game. Remember when LaMelo made play-in games?
10
That's
seed.
LaMelo.
But that wasn't he on the bench? Was
He
that
made
his
2
his
play-in
rookie
games.
year
Who?
when LaMelo was on the bench for
Dog,
the
he was
season?
not on the bench, bro. He's starting on that team.
No, I said he was
Off
a
rip,
rookie.
he was starting. I
No,
guarantee.
he was
he
benched
was
for like
off the
10
bench.
games, though.
Oh,
But
the 10
James
games.
Borrego like benched
Brother.
him.
He made 2 play-ins.
he started like at least after like
He
20
made
games.
2 playing games and got dropped off by 50 both times in the East. I guarantee you,
Yeah, he did.
John Morant is making
make
play-in
play-in.
and then playoffs against the
Yeah,
Bulls.
he at least not
I
getting dropped
guarantee
by
you.
50
I
twice.
guarantee you. I promise you.
I agree with that.
All right, we want to do our conference, the finals
I like
predictions.
this.
Got
Yeah,
the
let's go to
Mavericks.
finals.
Set up the
Yeah.
TikTok. I'm talking.
Ooh.
You got the Mavericks and the Celtics in the
Ooh.
finals. What seed are they?
Yasorsky.
Third, 6th seed.
5th seed Mavericks versus the number 1 seed Celtics. Who you got and in how many
The
games?
bitch ass Celtics is what he means.
Who wants to start?
I'll go.
All right, tell us why you're wearing that jersey then.
All right, can you guys can you guys
What
see
are we
the
gonna pick?
can you guys see the Mavericks? I've been a long
I don't
time
think they
Maverick
see it. I
fan.
don't think they see it.
Let me go up there.
Awesome.
Anyway,
I'm gonna zoom in on you.
Put the jersey in the rafters or what?
no, bro, I gotta wear this so they win. Anyways, long time Luka Doncic fan here since 2018 because I knew he was gonna be on the Mavericks. Anyway,
Oh, you were saying they should have
was
drafted
saying
one,
this-
right?
Oh yeah, he was watching them.
saying this, I was watching him in the EuroLeague.
Don't
brother.
believe this guy.
Anyways, the Celtics versus the Mavericks. I was thinking long and hard about this ever since yesterday and today when I was going to give my prediction and opinion.
All you do?
I have
Like you literally got that nigga dick in your
the
mouth right
Dallas
now. I see
Mavericks
it.
winning in 6 games. I think they're going to close it out before it gets back to Boston in 7. This is how I think it's going to go. Let me lock in real quick. They're going to steal one of the first 2 games against Boston, right? And Kyrie's gonna give you 45 game 2. I'm already calling it. This is the most insane prediction I've ever given in my life. Fuck the Zach Wilson shit I did before. Game 2, Kyrie Irving 45 points. Luka 36 point triple double.
Facts.
This is a fact. Tatum whopping 3
bro,
for
it's
12.
deep, bro.
That's
All
what
you
he's
do.
doing. Anyways,
2 days.
Luka,
It's
no
March
matter
12th. It's March 12th.
no matter how much people want to talk about the Celtics having Derek White, Drew Holiday on defense, Kyrie and Luka are gonna cook these fools, bro. This is actually gonna be a masterclass, I promise you. Tatum and Brown are not going to show up in the finals, just like they did. Well, Brown showed up a little bit. Tatum is not showing up again. I guarantee you that. No left hand, bro. Dribbling. Yeah. Anyways, I have the Mavericks in 6.
Nah,
But I'll wait
my
to talk
nigga's
more.
preaching. My nigga's
All
preaching.
right, Gabe, I hope that happens, and I'm rooting for the Mavericks to win.
Me too.
But sadly, I have the Celtics winning in 6 games.
This guy, what the? F-
Boo, boo. The reason I have Celtics
not
winning
one
in,
of us.
in 6, I think, I don't know if KP's coming back, but if he does, that helps a lot, obviously. But even without him, I still have him winning in 6.
Nah, I hope
Because-
KP comes back and
You
gets
don't know
ISO every
lively.
play.
You don't know lively. You don't know
ISO,
lively.
ISO KP on the perimeter every play.
I think Luka's gonna get
Luka
his no
could
matter what.
personally
Nobody
shit
can
on
guard Luka, But the thing about this is like they have other people to help. They have the right people to come and help. If Tatum gets beat, Brown gets beat, they got enough bodies to throw at him. So they have people to help. They have enough help to guard Luka and Kyrie. I mean, last time we saw Kyrie against the Celtics, he got swept. So he's not the same player as
What
he
the fuck
was.
team was he playing for?
The Nets.
I don't
I'm
care.
like,
KD.
the fuck?
That's actually true.
But yeah, I think Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown.
That shit fake.
I'm just saying.
Durant, like,
Last time Kyrie saw
That shit fake.
that was funny. I was like,
Is that
where
not
did he
a
even
point?
play? No.
That's a good point.
This is just it's a weird fact.
I mean, yeah, okay.
It's
I'm
true.
gonna
Last time we
let you
saw him
have it.
play
I'm
the
gonna let you
Celtics,
have it.
he got
I'm gonna let you
swept.
have it. You know, Celtics are also completely different, but yeah, Cook.
I guess the Celtics they're two big guys, big dudes.
Fair, that's
big
fair.
guns.
What is he look?
God, bro, it's dick riding all you do.
I think Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum are the better duo because of what they bring defensively. I think they have a better squad up and down. Derek White is one of the best, if not the best role player in the NBA. You guys still have
Facts.
Drew Holiday.
Facts.
What's his name? Peyton Pritchard's been good off the bench.
Crypto scammer.
The crypto scammer. But yeah, they've been good as a team. They've only lost twice in the finals, in the playoffs. So I feel like Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown will show up. This is their time to win. If they don't win, they're on major fraud watch. They're paying one guy $300 million. They're going to pay another guy $300 million. If they don't win the chip this year, they're cooked. So
They're playing like Drew Holiday. They also just extended him
And
for
KP.
$150 million.
yeah, they're playing all their top guys, top dollar. So
I
if
would
they don't
love-
win this year, they're done for. And I think they just have a better team overall. Granted, the Mavericks, Luka's been, he's been different. He's definitely a top 3 player.
Breathless.
Kyrie Irving, he's been there. Yeah, but I mean, he's only averaging like 22, 23 points this series.
My nigga's nice though.
I don't know. He's going back to Boston. We'll see how he does. I don't know if he's gonna turn
gonna
it
have
up
niggas
or if
twerking.
he's gonna fold. But
With a vengeance.
yeah, I got Celtics in 6. I just think they're a better team, and Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown need to show up or they're done.
Y'all go ahead, because I still don't know.
Honestly, man.
We know who you want, nigga.
Yeah, I'm gonna take
Tell him.
Mavs in 3. No, I'm just playing. I'm taking Mavs in 6 too. I think they'll close it out back in Dallas. Celtics are a good team. You know, granted,
It
They
took
had a-
fucking every
they
strength
had-
in your body to say that.
yeah, they're a good team, but they had an easy path to the finals. We're gonna keep it 100 stack, all right? And even in that easy run, it's not even like they dominated really. Like, I know they won, like their win-loss
dominated
record.
a little bit.
Their win-loss record would say that they dominated, but there was many games where they were on the verge of losing. There's like
I feel like you could
there was
argue
2
against
games-
that
Two
though.
Pacers
Like
games.
they were
No,
on the
but-
verge of losing, but they still closed it out.
No, but the
It's
Jalen
not
Brown
the
3-point
other-
shot. The
the-
Jalen
like,
Brown
yeah,
3-point
Jalen
shot.
Brown
That's a
hits
plus, though. That's a plus
turnaround
to him. He's
three.
clutch.
Brother, I get what you're saying, but that's.
But it's like, yeah, like-
You can argue
Well,
both
okay, the
sides.
point is no, but the
Bro
point
made
is,
me think he's better than Tatum for a minute.
No, the point is the
real.
Celtics are so good that they shouldn't be in that position against a team like the Pacers.
They got the job done though.
Okay,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
but it's not that
I
simple.
agree with that.
It's not that simple. If you're letting if a team doesn't even have their star player and lets Andrew Nemhard have 32 on him,
Okay, he was
What
shooting
do-
like
what do-
Jordan though.
All right.
They shot like
what
80%.
did Luka do
in the
last?
first half.
What did Luka do last game
That's what he's supposed to
against better defenders?
do.
Would
Okay,
you say
he's
would
gonna
you say
do
that
it
they're better
regardless
defenders?
though. I mean, like,
Jaden,
Would you say that the
Jaw,
Wolves are better
Edwards.
defenders than the Celtics?
no,
Go, what?
You don't think they're better defenders?
no.
Brother.
The Wolves are not better defenders than the
Brother.
They're
Celtics.
better. They're a better
Than the
defensive team.
Celtics, no.
Guys.
They're a better defensive
No.
team.
They're a better
Rated?
defensive team.
I think
What about
They
this
got
year?
two
What about
All
their
NBA
rating?
defenders.
KP too.
They
What
got-
did Rudy Gobert do? What did I see Luka do to him numerous times?
You
Kyrie
always
killed
talk
him
He's not
about-
the
too.
DPOY.
You always giving the benefit of that too.
Yeah, he's not the
This
DPOY.
guy shits on Rudy. You
Yeah,
can't
okay,
say
no,
that.
That's for the
Yeah,
regular
but
season.
y'all,
Yeah,
y'all
you-
don't, and y'all don't. Y'all like, yeah, he
Okay,
deserves.
that's for the
DPOY.
But
regular
it's more than
And I
one
said-
player. It's more than one
Okay,
player.
but Jaden McDaniels is also
Cat
all
don't guard a
defense.
fucking parking
Man.
cone.
Wasn't Jaden McDaniels first team?
Huh?
Isn't Jaden McDaniels first team?
Regular season.
No, second
Okay,
team.
Second,
here.
okay, but
This
still,
time I'm
all-
gonna dispute
all
your
defense.
point.
That's top 10 defense in the NBA.
Okay, who was better in the regular season this year, Cat or Kyrie?
In the regular season,
Yeah.
Cat was gone for like half of it.
No, he was here. He was playing most of the regular season this year. He was an All-Star this year.
He was.
Oh yeah, second.
Okay.
But he got hurt like literally right after and had a knee surgery.
Okay, but he was good for most of the season. He played most of the season this
I'm
year.
still taking Kyrie.
Okay, you're taking Kyrie because of what he can do in the playoffs. I'm taking Kyrie too, but whoever had a regular who had a better regular season was
It's
Karl Anthony
debatable.
Towns.
You wanna call
I know
that-
Kyrie's better. I'm taking Kyrie over him, right?
Okay, but this we're
That's my
talking about
point. Like,
defense though.
yeah, exactly. I don't care about Rudy Gobert's defense in the playoffs. He gets exposed every year. In the
Okay,
regular season,
right.
he's good. I know Jason
Alright.
Tatum and Jalen
Okay,
Brown
but
can
the-
play defense.
The team is still.
So who's a
rated
better
a
defender in the
defensive
playoffs?
Didn't even name the two
Should've
best
clipped
defenders
that.
either.
Derek White too, and Drew Holiday.
Yeah,
Drew
but still,
Holiday.
they don't have the real size that it even takes to guard Luka.
That's why.
What are
no,
you talking about?
They have the best size in the NFL in the
the
NBA.
Celtics?
Okay, no, I'm saying
What
Derek White
size
and
don't
Drew.
they have? They have
I'm saying
Jalen Brown,
Derek White and
6'8",
Drew.
Jason
I'm talking
Tatum,
about Derek White and
6'9".
Drew, not them two.
Okay, but-
they're not gonna have Tatum and
Even to your
Beyond like
point,
that.
no one can
I
guard
thought Derek
Luka.
White,
No one can guard
6'7",
Luka in the NBA.
It
But
doesn't-
you're gonna
and
throw a
that's-
bunch of bodies
and
at
that's
him.
Drew
my point.
Holiday
Helping
is
people.
Okay,
definitely
His scheme
big
will be
enough.
better than
Okay,
like
and
guard.
that is
What's
my
it
point.
called?
No one's gonna guard them, especially not them when they're letting Andrew Nemhard have 32
I think
on them.
Kyrie had a better
And they're
season.
they're,
Okay,
they're
if
squeaking
That was
out
the game
games.
plan, though. It's
They're
like, let Andrew
squeaking out
Nemhard beat
games,
us.
like-
And he didn't.
If Luka drops
They're
32,
squeaking
you'll
out-
live. You
okay,
can
but
still
this-
win with
if
Luka
they're
dropping
squeaking out
32.
games
That's the
against
game
a
plan.
much worse team. You don't think that the Mavs have a big chance if some of the best defenders in the NBA already couldn't stop them from having 36 in multiple games together? Like
You act like the it doesn't even matter because that team is completely different. They're built completely different. Their defense functions completely different. Their
Matchups are
offense,
different.
because of the players, Cat and Rudy are just so unique. The Celtics have complete opposite of that. They have a big who barely plays in the paint and shoots threes. Like it's the complete polar opposite of that team. The Minnesota Timberwolves will build to stop Jokic because he's
So
such
do
a
you-
dominant
so
force.
do you think that they're gonna like do something better against Kyrie?
Yeah, the
Irving?
matchup
Yes,
will be
yeah,
better.
absolutely.
I don't think they'll do much better.
They've stopped them in the past though.
But like, I don't
together.
understand why you're saying. The only reason you're saying that because they have better defenders. But the way the defenders play against each other, the Mavericks were able to expose that because they have three big men that they rely on, and they're able to pull them out to the perimeter and get one-on-one switches. And the Timberwolves didn't do anything to change that. The Celtics are not going to do that. Like maybe Porzingis gets out on a few possessions, but the other four are all switchable. It can switch 1 through 4.
And Luka
So
was
that's
getting
not going to be as much
one-on-ones
of an
with
issue.
Rudy Gobert and Naz Reid, like Karl Anthony Towns.
Okay,
all
I
one-on-ones.
truthfully think that Luka, it doesn't matter who they put on him. He'll be fine.
Okay,
Like,
but the
same
scheme
with
will
Right.
be different. The matchup
He's
will be
gonna get
different.
his
Though.
points.
You think they're gonna guard him the same way that
and they're
the
gonna
Timberwolves
and
did?
they're every time that they double him, he finds the lob almost every single time. Like they have like
It's not a
I
double.
think it's
They're
like
not
10,
stopping that.
they're
They're
like
not
10
stopping
times.
that
They have
cheese
like
ball
10
shot.
times more
Say
lobs
them
than
a
everybody
double
else in
team.
the league right now.
They're
You
not,
could-
when he's talking about when they help defense,
Yeah,
when
like-
they come and help the big man,
Bro.
automatic 2 points.
Okay, the
I mean,
third
It
guy
doesn't-
will come and
you
help.
act like
That's
he's
what I'm
unstoppable,
saying.
bro. You act like he's unstoppable.
Yeah,
If
you
you
like that you can't be stopped.
They haven't. That play hasn't been stopped.
Lively
If you
has
look at the
16
stats,
alley-oops.
Bro,
Like, that's
the OKC Thunder did a really good job of pushing them to 6, and Luka wasn't like dominating those games like crazy. As because they did a good job of, they have a lot of good defenders. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Lou Dort. Dude, we were saying Lou Dort had Luka in the torture chamber
Yeah,
at one point.
good
So it's
team.
like I don't understand why you're saying like it's impossible. It's only because the Timberwolves had a certain system and the way they played.
Coaching was
were-
terrible, too.
That too, like
brother, that was
He's
the
still
first round
averaging
too.
like 34
that was,
in the whole
everyone was like
playoffs.
warming into the playoffs. This
Oh,
is like,
yeah, like-
no, they're all
Yeah.
warm.
Yeah.
first round,
That's not true.
second
You have
round.
the whole
Second
regular
round,
season to
second
warm up.
round.
We're talking about warming up for the
It's not even a first round. He's wrong.
I'm going off
They-
of what he just
what,
did.
What I'm
like-
trying to tell you with Omari is they just played a team that has excellent NBA, all NBA level defenders.
But it's different. It doesn't matter if it
Bro,
is
did you
good,
see
but
Kyrie's
it's
shots?
different.
Kyrie wasn't missing contested. He was shooting contested
He's
shots.
getting to his spots though. No,
He's gonna get to his spots again. I think
I
he
think
is.
it's gonna be harder for
At
him.
the end of the-
They
at
have
the end of
guards
the
that
day,
can guard
the
him.
offense
When
is
you're
still
talking about like
can't
Derek
guard
White
that.
and Drew
No,
Holiday
but
aren't
Jaden
them.
McDaniels and no can't do that either.
What has Jaden McDaniels done?
What has he done?
Yeah.
Amazing defense, and he was playing amazing offense.
They have one
No,
good perimeter
he's not-
defender.
he's not-
Nas, good defender off the bench, but he's not even close to Derek White or Drew Holiday.
Bro, we were
He has
putting
no
this.
pedigree. These
We
guys
were
have done it for
We were
sure.
putting
And
Nas
Jaden
and
McDaniels
Jaden
is not
McDaniels
close.
on levels of like a
I'll
best
say
all NBA
he's the only guy that's his own perimeter
Remember Murray?
defender that's
Remember
that
Jamal
good.
Murray? He was getting
but they
put in
still
the
have-
box.
Like Anthony Edwards, they were still talking about his defense is great. They
But
were
he's
saying, oh my God,
he's not
and
close
that's
to
what-
Derek White or Drew Holiday.
No,
He,
no.
they,
He's
he was,
closer
they were
than what
considering-
you
He
think.
might not
Dude,
even be on Tatum or Brown level
there was
defensively.
conversations where like, is he the best two-way player in
Now
the
we're-
league?
now we're underrating
Was there
him.
not? Was there not?
You think it's
Was there not though?
You think
We
it's
had that
It's
thing on the
okay,
podcast.
that
No
means-
one said his name. We
definitely
literally asked this
do.
question on the podcast.
Yes, they did.
Nobody said Anthony Edwards.
Nobody
Dude,
did.
Not
okay,
one
but
person.
A lot of people, okay,
Nobody.
but a lot of people in the media in general was saying that Anthony Edwards may be the best.
I ain't the
two-way
media,
Do you
player
brother.
believe
in
it?
the
Do you
league.
believe it?
Yeah, are you?
No, but I'm
Huh?
saying if people are talking about him, you
So
gotta,
why are we-
he gotta
why-
be at least top 3, and that makes
Who
him the
cares
best
what they
defender.
saying? They say a lot of
If
bullshit that we don't
niggas
bring
are
up.
asking- You know what I mean? If
Like
niggas
top
are
five, top
asking,
three, it's
if
debatable,
niggas are
bro.
asking if he's the best,
Dog,
he gotta
it's
be up.
debatable.
He gotta be around there.
The fact that you guys are bringing up Rudy Gobert and Jaden McDaniels when you've been
I'm not
hating
even
on them
talking about
all
Gobert.
year.
I'm not even talking
I
about.
said
not
no,
even
Okay,
Gobert.
but you're saying their defense is
I'm
better.
saying-
Why
I'm
do you
saying
think their
as a
defense
team.
is better?
I'm saying as a team, their defense was rated better.
No, it's not.
It was.
It was.
It's not gonna be. It's not a better
was
matchup.
rated-
It's rated better,
And
but
I'm
they're
not
played
saying-
differently, completely
do.
different.
It's a completely
I'm
different
saying that
scheme.
they-
And matchups
they were-
matter.
Let
Like
him finish his sentence,
They
'cause you
were
guys
rated
got
higher. I'm not saying that just because they're rated higher than the Celtics, oh, they're just better. But they've seen great defenders. They're great offensive players. They're generational talents. It's
Who?
not like Luka and Kyrie.
Kyrie,
They're generational
Oh.
talents. It's not just gonna be that simple to be like, oh well, they have a
Yeah,
little more length,
it's not
so
impossible
they're
for the
gonna-
Mavericks to win, but it's like the difference is it's not gonna be. It's not. You guys are saying like, oh, Luka made light work of McDaniels and Gobert, so he's gonna do it to the Celtics. Like, no, he's not.
He's
It's a
still
completely
gonna-
different
I-
challenge.
He's
They're
still
gonna
not
guard him
that they're gonna
differently.
make light work, but he's still gonna get his. Like,
Okay,
you can't.
But that
really stop him
the
right
lob
now.
is not going to be there as often as it was here. 100%.
You think this?
100%.
We didn't get it.
Yes.
We didn't get it. Al Horford.
Dog.
No.
They're gonna defend differently.
It's not going to be the same thing.
They're not getting it.
Dude, he's not going to get.
I'm
Most of the time they had
Because
one
they're going
player.
to switch everything. They're not going to let
Okay,
Looney
exactly.
fucking gut out there and
We've
have
seen
wide
the
open
Celtics-
paint.
If they
the
double team
Celtics
it, the
choke-
third guy will. Well, let us finish our point. Oh, okay. I think it's probably Omari. I said like in the series against the Timberwolves, they had one player guard him, and Luka would beat him. The other guy would step up, and no one would guard Lively or Gafford for the lob. In this series, they'll get a double team, and the third guy from the corner will come and help because of the matchups they have. Their guys are faster to reads because they have more guards. They don't have two centers out there
But they
moving
tried blitzing him. There's a reason they stopped blitzing him because he kept
because of the
passing.
personnel, right?
So
No,
who
but
says the
it's not
Celtics are
even
going to
just
blitz
that they were
him?
going one.
Even
and
so,
then
they have
coming off
different
the help.
personnel.
They tried everything. They tried just going one. They tried going one into help.
Okay,
They
but
tried
Omari,
blitzing
when you
him.
have Karl Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert trying to guard Luka and Kyrie, it's different from the team with you have Derek White, Drew Holiday, and Jalen Brown, and
They started the
Jason
series-
Tatum.
Well, no
Okay,
one's
but they
saying
started the
Luka's going to
series.
average like 10 points. It's
Yeah,
just,
no,
it's a
I think you'll
different
get his,
challenge.
but the scheme
I
will be
think it's a
different.
different challenge too. But I think Luka's offense will overcome whatever defense they try to throw.
All right, we'll see.
At the end of the day, like
We'll see. I think it's going to be a lot harder than it
we've
was.
seen the
Okay, guys, I'm
Celtics.
ready for my prediction.
Wait, we've
Prediction.
seen the Celtics get
a good
super
debate, though.
tested. We've seen them choke.
I'm
in
not
big
disagreeing
spots,
with that.
You know what I
I'm
mean?
not
Like,
disagreeing with that at all.
I've been consistent this entire playoff saying that I don't think the Celtics are nearly as strong as their record would suggest, or that these
too.
games are showing. Like these games have shown they've shown consistent signs of weakness throughout the playoffs.
Me too.
Jason Tatum has had his motor questioned. And to be a superstar
It's-
player,
all
you
that's
can't-
fair, though.
You know what I mean? You can't be having a superstar player having his motor questioned in the finals, and he's already done it once in the finals where he didn't play that well. And Jaylen
Yeah.
Brown, last series was damn near bailing him out. He had
Who's
a couple
gonna-
good games, but Jaylen Brown was
To your point, though, who's
Damn,
going to
was the one
who's
who
going to
won the
stop their
finals.
guys offensively?
who?
Jalen Brown, Jason Tatum.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna have to play good team. They've been playing good team defense. Yeah,
Derrick Jones.
Jr.
Okay, wait, no, you guys. No. Can I say one thing before
This
I say
game-
that Derrick Jones?
I mean,
we
this-
hype up Derrick Jones Jr. other seasons, and I just said his name and you laughed at him. So what's the point of that? Keep consistent.
Because you think
They're playing- they're
Luka-
playing good.
That's what they're probably gonna do.
But you think Luke
Are
and
they
Kyrie,
not?
you think Luke and Kyrie are gonna like do their thing, but not give Jalen? You're saying Derrick Jones Jr. is gonna stop Jason Tatum and Jalen
You
Brown?
said what
No,
are they
because
gonna do? I said
dude,
they're gonna
because
do
it's not Jason.
I
There's
don't
no
think he's gonna
question.
lock up Jason
Okay,
Tatum.
okay.
You didn't ask that.
That's what I thought.
You
you
didn't
were
ask
saying.
if they were
No,
locked
yeah,
up.
he didn't say that. He didn't say he's going to lock
It's
him
because
up.
Jason. My criticism is Jason Tatum's motor that he's not like he just doesn't always bring it himself. Like he's damn near his own worst enemy. It's not even about like I think that PJ Washington is gonna go lock up Tatum, but I think that the Mavericks have been playing really good team defense throughout these playoffs. You know what I mean? They've even Luka has risen. I think he was like leading the playoffs in like steals or something. Like he was.
Yeah, he's been playing.
Yeah, like he's been playing good defense. Kyrie is. All you need is at the end of the day, like you need effort. You know what I mean? So
different animal.
Kyrie is putting in effort, and then like I feel like they're just like synergistic. You know what I mean? Like they're just working really good as a team, and they're playing good team defense.
This is the best they've looked all year, obviously. So.
Yeah, I feel like Tatum and Brown should still get theirs. You know what I mean? But hopefully, like as a team, they can, scheme things to where they have an advantage. You know?
Yeah, to your point, I think Tatum is gonna like fall short 2 games. He's gonna look bad. Like you
Yeah,
said.
I'm like-
but I mean, it's only gonna be 2 games, and I think he'll show up for 4, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I
they
think
got
Luka
more
will.
than him,
I
so-
think it's just like if you have those wavering things, like you just have to pray that that's not on a day that Luka and Kyrie both go have 30 something. You know what I mean?
It's gonna happen. I think they're gonna win a game because of Luka and Kyrie, or 2.
I think
Or you think it's
I think
serious?
they're gonna
right?
win the series. Yeah, like
Or
4.
Dude, Minnesota almost got swept. I never saw that.
Their role players
I
have
never
been-
thought about
Their
that.
role
When
players
it was
have been great
happening
too.
live, I was
Bro.
tweaking out,
Yeah.
bro.
like PJ Gafford and Lively have been amazing. Like
Yeah, they have.
this series, you know what I mean? Like Derrick Jones has been good too. Like he only shoots a couple
He's been
times.
good, yeah.
But he'll hit a 3 or 2. You know what I mean? He'll play defense. He's getting rebounds. Like
Yeah, they're
he'll
definitely
get lobs.
playing the best team in the NBA. I mean, throughout the whole
Yeah,
year.
like
so
the basketball. Like,
they'll get tested for sure, and we'll see what
yeah,
happens.
I think that the
If he
Celtics
wins,
are
he's
just
him. For sure.
chilling
He's
through
already
the
him, but
East.
he's him.
I feel like the
Double
Celtics
him.
were just chilling through the East. You know what I mean? And they're
Yeah.
about to.
Hey, that might be a good
Run
thing
into
for
some
them.
real
with it. They're
niggas.
about to get hit with it.
Bro,
Yeah,
they're
they're
well
gonna get hit with
rested,
it.
no injuries,
Nah,
no injuries.
They're not gonna be ready for the intensity. That's what they say when people have easy playoff
That might-
runs and
might
you
be
go to
true.
like the finals.
That's a
You get hit with the level of intensity because the other team is like, obviously if they go to like a 7, they may be a little tired and stuff. But if they're getting through their series 5 or 6, like, and they get those extra few rest days, but they still know what it was like to go extra super hard, like just earlier in the week, you know?
It's like the Celtics are fighting unranked fighters, and now they're about to fight Prime Mike Tyson. Ready?
Dude, I was,
From Mike Tyson.
this is
Left hook.
Yeah, but at least they don't have a
versus
fucking
Leon.
busted up
That's
nose
exactly
from
what it is.
previous round.
All right, wait.
The law
You
versus
can
Leon.
cook
The law
Isaac.
versus Leon. That's what this is.
so funny as
This
you.
is-
No. Hell no.
It is.
Because
Dog,
that's
I
gonna
saw
be
the
a boring
funniest
fight.
meme of Bilal, bro.
No, it's not gonna be.
Bro,
a
someone was saying about Bilal's like, bro's talking about how he's gonna beat Leon, and he's like, bro, just edging a decision. Dog, I started laughing.
That's why.
He can't even visualize a knockout, bro. I started laughing.
And then I'm gonna let him.
He was writing fanfic for a split decision
swear to
victory.
God.
It's just
He's
crazy.
like, I'm gonna get him on the ground. I'm about to TKO him. I'm gonna let him get back up.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna put him in a rear naked, but I'm gonna let him go.
I'm gonna look at his brother. I'm gonna tell him.
Give him
"You
some
gonna let me do
encouragement.
this?"
Give
He's
him
like,
some encouragement.
judges said 28-27, 27-29, and then 28-27 by split
Yeah,
decision.
he had the whole play-by-play.
I
He
give
seen
my
it.
That's
He seen it like it was a movie.
Bro said
like,
he
what the
made a
He wrote.
fan fiction of a split
Yeah,
decision.
nigga,
like,
nigga wrote the audiobook
They're
already.
like, he can't even win cool in his dreams. and
Yeah.
shit,
Bro's
bro.
edging his decision.
Yeah,
Not even
that's
his
fact.
dreams. He's still going split
That's
decision.
fucked up. He's still realistic,
Not even in
like
your
that.
wildest dreams, buddy.
That's what we got. That's what
Nah,
this is
he
gonna be,
knows.
bro. Like Dallas is Leon.
Not even no
and
flying spinning
Boston's
elbow.
Bilal.
So who do you think?
Bilal be getting done.
Who you got?
I got
Bilal or Leon?
Dallas and
I'm
what?
kidding.
I'm gonna be honest. I think Dallas will make quick work of Boston.
What, sweep or what?
No, I don't.
Say
think,
it. Say the sweep.
But I would
Say
say
the sweep.
6, possibly 5.
It's not quick. Okay.
Possibly.
Quick work. Okay.
I really want them to win.
I'm
on
gonna
your
call it
side. I
now.
want
I'm
them
gonna
to
call
win.
it now. I'm gonna call it
Want
now.
to win,
I
bro.
think somebody gets hurt.
Damn.
Whoa.
What?
Knock on
No, we're
wood,
not
bro.
doing that, bro. We're not
I'm
doing that
talking
on
about- I
here.
promise.
They're
I
not
promise.
gonna
We're not doing that
Knock
on
on
here.
wood. You said it.
It's probably gonna be
We're
Kyrie.
We're not
Irving.
predicting
I don't give a
injuries
fuck
out here.
about both of these.
I hope it's
fucking
Xavier Tillman. It has to be somebody. No offense. Shout out to Xavier Tillman. But
If the plane crashed.
I do think. Oh my god.
oh
What
man.
about like? I think one of them's gonna die.
Yeah, bro. I'm never escaping
You're
this.
not. You're
One of
not.
them's for sure gonna die.
I'm never escaping this TikTok.
Terrible. Terrible.
But if it did happen,
All right, Bez. Who do you got?
hypothetically, yeah.
kidding.
No, yeah, I got them in 6 and 5.
All
I
right.
think they're gonna play good defense.
6 and 5.
I think the bigs will be what's it called?
They're gonna beat him twice.
A big part.
Ben's about to say Celtics in 5 and Robot look at him watch. He's about to say
I got
most
this.
damn-
I got Celtics and Fort. No, man.
Oh my lord.
No.
Excommunicated from Lakers.
I do. I do have the Celtics winning this one. Unfortunately, I'm like Hassan. I would love for the Mavericks to win.
Yeah, I'm rooting for.
I really would, but I just think the points I was making, like about the defense, it's just a different defense that the Dallas Mavericks are facing, and I feel like the defensive side of the ball is where it's going to be a difference. I agree with you. I think Jason Tatum has had a lot of questions about his motor, being there in the moment, showing up. And I think there will be games. I actually think they're going to either lose game 1 or game 2. They're going to lose one of the
I
games
think
at
they'll
home.
lose one of the first 2 for sure.
Yeah.
I think like I can book that in because I just think they're just not prepared for that intensity that the Dallas Mavericks are coming off of. So I think they're gonna have to wake up and really get to it fast. I actually could see it going 7, but I'm gonna pick Celtics in 7 because they fuck around too much.
That's what I'm like.
So,
I
but-
can't believe in them like wholeheartedly that they're gonna come out and give it every single game. Like if
Yeah.
I could, theoretically, then I would probably take them.
Yeah.
But it's like I don't see that. Like and even Brown has had. Like he's been playing good this playoff.
At least he's a dog.
But he's
though,
had
bro.
games where it's like he'll still be 4 for
yeah,
fucking
quiet.
At
But
least he's a
he's
dog.
yeah.
At least he shoots them up.
Yeah.
He'll be chucking them bitches up.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's not the best
That's what I'm saying.
shots,
Like,
but
You gotta
Like
hope
that.
that JB is still consistent as he's been. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
He had a
in the past,
good
there's times
Eastern
he hasn't.
Conference Finals.
yeah. I'm gonna go Celtics in 7 just because I think they fuck around too much. But I do think the defense is what really makes a difference. You have 4 guys that could switch at any point, and they're all good defenders on Luka Doncic. Like you wouldn't be mad at Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Derek White, or Drew Holiday guarding Luka Doncic. So I think that's a lot of the big difference that Minnesota didn't have, and I think that will make a difference because when Luka Doncic is playing that pick and roll, like that's his most deadly weapon. Him and Kyrie are operating great out of that pick and roll, and when you can't get that matchup that you want every single time, it's just going to be a lot harder. They've been also, like I said, dominating the whole regular season, so we got to give them their respect. And just because they've been kind of coming out here and playing with their food a little bit, I still think the fact that they've been able to get the wins and only lose 2 games through the playoffs shows that even though they might not take every game seriously as they should, and they still have those concerns, which is why I think the series is going to go longer than it should. I think they are able to close games out. I can at least say that much. You know what I mean? Like, even though they're letting them hang around the whole time, they're able to finish the game. So, and I'm not saying that the Dallas Mavericks can't do that, but that's something the Minnesota Timberwolves didn't have. Like, that was their big issue for them. And I think the Celtics having that will turn the tides in enough of the games for them to win. Yeah. But I don't feel great about the Celtics because of all the things you said. I really think if they were going up against the Denver Nuggets or something like that, they would lose.
Yeah, I mean,
But I just think the Mavericks, they don't have that size that I think you need to beat the Celtics.
It's honestly the best matchup for them. I think so.
Who, the Celtics?
Mavs against the Celtics.
Yeah, I agree so too, because you playing a team like the Nuggets, like they don't. Kristaps is not stopping Jokic, and you don't have another guy like the Timberwolves did, like, oh, we can play two bigs where one's protecting the paint and one's on Jokic.
It's better if their guard is the best player, honestly, for them.
Yeah, because they got a lot of good perimeter defenders. That's why I think matchups are really important. Like the Timberwolves were built to beat the Denver Nuggets. Like they weren't necessarily a good matchup for the Mavericks, and I think that's a lot of the way that the NBA is going. That's why you're seeing a lot of the. When it comes to like during the playoffs, oh, should we tank to play this team or shit like that? And I think that's because of the matchups.
Choosing matchups.
Do you think that Boston has the right matchup to beat Dallas?
That's why I'm picking them because I think it's the match. I don't think
you think because defensively they're good in their guards. Like
I think if they were going against I don't believe in the Boston Celtics. Like I think if they were going against a Denver Nuggets team, they would lose. But just because the Mavericks are perimeter oriented and the Boston Celtics are built to stop those players, it's just like a bad matchup for them.
If it was
let me ask you another question. Who do you think has better bigs between the two?
That's tough.
Is KP in or out, Isaac? Are you telling me if KP's in or out?
You guys.
KP's in.
Actually.
It's still going to be the Mavericks because they're more
I think
effective with the pick
as
and roll.
an individual player, KP is the
I don't
best
know.
big in the series. But as like how they're utilized, Lively's a
I don't know. Al Horford's good too.
Al Horford's great too. He'll give you like
Horford
6,
will
bro.
give you
Al
numbers.
Horford, if he
In
gives
terms of impact, their centers, Dallas Mavericks center should impact the game more.
I'm gonna go Boston Celtics actually. If KP's healthy, I think Derek Lively is they have better interior big men. Let me say that. Like Gafford and Lively are gonna rebound way better. They're gonna get lobs way better. Like
That's
shit
important.
like block
That's important
shots.
in the playoffs, too.
But I do like what the like it's just different. Like Al Horford and Kristaps can bring that spacing to them and it just pass a little bit more. It's just different. Like
Different
I don't.
utility.
It's hard to pick.
They're
But I like
different
both the
utility.
teams.
The team is also just like predicated on shooting so many threes. I'm like,
Yeah, that is a good point. They
shoot
could
a
they
lot.
live and
It's
die
like-
by the three a
yeah,
lot.
so I'm like,
It's a great point actually.
I feel like if the Mavs come in with that same energy and intensity that they've been playing with on defense, like, like if they're gonna live and die by the three, they could get rattled. You know what I mean? We've seen them have bad shooting.
I mean, we've seen the Rockets die by the three,
Yeah,
so
we've
it's
seen the
like
Rockets
it could
die.
happen.
Scott
for
Foster
sure.
waved 3 of those threes. I
27,
rewatched
yeah,
that game.
like-
He waved off 3 of those made threes. I was so pissed.
Boo.
Do you know when they won 27 missed threes in a row,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Scott Foster waved off 3.
How do you
made
wave
threes.
off a three though?
Something happened. He waved them off. He's like, doesn't count. or
There's
some
no
shit. Or he put
way
a 2.
that happens.
Not a 2. He waved
Put
them
him on?
off. No, he waved them off. They cut
Like
to
a
like him
foul,
doing this.
like
or some
earlier.
It
shit.
must have been a foul.
Like
There's
an
no, you
offensive
can't
foul
wave
that-
off a fucking 3-pointer.
Yeah,
There is ways. If you
There's
step
ways
out
to
of
wave
bounds,
off.
or you
Well, yeah, it
step
has to
on
be like a
Yeah,
turnover or
it has to be a
foul.
foul.
Like
Got
you
to.
can't just wave it
Travel.
off though. Like
Anyways, I want to say this.
Travel, I don't know.
Wild.
I want to say this. I don't know if I'm
travel.
gonna get cooked or not. I don't know if anyone thinks, but I think Tatum is gonna choke the whole series. I just
The
have a
whole
feeling.
every game.
I have a weird,
every game.
I have a weird tingle, bro, that he's gonna choke every
You
game.
don't like the guy, bro.
No, I think he's gonna choke.
don't-
All right, so if he
bad.
chokes every game,
You don't
he-
believe that though.
I will come back to
You
this.
just want it to
no,
happen.
no.
You just want it to
Here,
happen.
let me say
You
this.
don't believe that.
Let me say this. I really think what I've seen from Tatum in his whole career, I think he's not built. I think he's gonna be really bad all 4 playoffs. All these 4 games.
No, that
Oh,
okay,
damn.
playoffs.
listen, bro.
No,
that's crazy. Like
All
you're just
finals,
hating.
all
You're just hating.
finals.
This
Alright,
is
let
no
me ask you
basis
this.
for that.
So if he chokes all playoff games, do you think he's worth the Supermax still?
Nah, bro, get him out of here.
You're just a hater, bro.
Bro, because okay, you make it to the finals and you all this team, all this help around you, and you choke again, brother.
Bro, but
2 choke
he's
shots?
not gonna choke 4 straight games. 7, not even 4. It's like 6, 7 straight. He's
Because
not
they
gonna
lose.
choke that
The
many.
way they lose is Tatum chokes 4 games because they get 4 wins off of Tatum choke, right? Because if Tatum doesn't,
No.
If Tatum, wait, you're saying if Tatum
They
doesn't
can
come to play-
lose and Tatum still play
When was the
well.
last time
Whoa.
Tatum choked 4 games?
the Warriors.
No, he didn't choke 4 games. I think he had 1 good game.
76ers, he was bad too.
And that wasn't even a
No,
choke.
he,
And
he
that's
literally
a
had
one-
the best game 7.
but he choked.
He had
4
the
games.
best game
He
7.
choked. He didn't choke.
He had
game
4
7.
bad games except game 7.
No, and what's called the game before that? He showed up in the 4th quarter to win them the game.
That's
in game 6.
95% choke, and then
Yeah,
you're
but he
clutch.
showed up for the clutch.
All right, bro, sure.
Is that choking the
95%
game?
choke.
Majority choke.
No, but you showed up when it mattered most.
Majority choke.
You showed up when
Bro,
it mattered
if
most.
Kobe Bryant did that shit, nobody was saying majority
Come on,
choke,
man.
bro.
Especially
Nobody
when
would be
he
saying
had-
majority
Nah,
choke.
he, like, he had a bad game and then he showed up.
Did he
That's
not
what
choke
I'm saying.
majority of the game though?
It doesn't matter if you show up.
Hey,
again.
Kobe
yes or
Bryant.
no?
Hey, Kobe.
No.
Hey, R.I.P. Kobe,
never
the
choked
GOAT
his life.
Mamba.
Never
In
choked.
2010 finals, Ron Artest saved him. He had an
Oh,
awful
yeah,
game.
yeah.
Ron Artest said,
like
boom,
fake
he
stats.
got the box of Wheaties after the game because he made that shot. So I want to hear
passing the
it.
ball.
I want to hear it. Kobe's done it too.
But
There you go.
to give
You just said Jason's goat.
to give Gabe a lifeline.
Thank you.
I do agree that he has a point when it comes to showing up in a series. There's teams where you can. Oh, what the fuck? There's teams where you can, and there's teams where you can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree, yeah.
And so if you're dilly-dallying around with some teams and you feel like you get into that habit, the Pacers may not be equipped to punish you. You know what I mean?
That's a good point too. Yeah.
But other teams, like hopefully the Mavs, will. You know what I mean? So
do you
if you
think
start
they-
off a game being whatever.
No,
you may not get the opportunity to clutch up again.
No, if Tatum
You know what I mean?
Tatum can't show up for like 4 more games, they're cooked.
Yeah,
but I just
like-
don't think it will be that bad.
I agree.
He's
bro.
on fraud. I'll never believe he can win a championship as a one.
Oh,
If he
for
loses
sure.
this-
If
I don't think
he
he'll
stinks
choke
it up,
straight
it's
up.
over.
For that
it's
moment,
done.
baby.
Well, I don't think he'll just straight choke 4 games.
I don't
Watch
either,
him
but
start fucking cooking.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad if he
He's
did
somebody
though. Is all I'm
that
saying. You know.
Yeah, but it's just
40
like
Gabe,
I think that's why I think it's they're not as strong as they are because they showed that trait. You know what I mean?
Like,
And
do you
they
think,
and they may not be in the position or be able to like even if they're in the position. They may not be able to get those clutch buckets better than like Luka and Kyrie. You get me?
We'll see. It'll be
Do you think,
interesting. for sure.
Yeah.
Because
if
Luka
the Celtics-
definitely
you know
more
what I mean?
clutch.
They may not.
but
Like,
yeah.
we're
You
gonna
think
see.
if,
It's gonna be good regardless. I think.
If the Celtics lose this series, you think they must fire Joe Mazzulla?
Yeah,
1,000,000%. Get that
Something's
bum
got
outta
to
here.
change, bro. You can't bring
Jones,
back.
yeah,
this team.
you're out of there because
Get that
he was
bum
on the
outta
hot
here.
seat last year.
Yeah, he was, but he made it to
Yeah.
the finals this year.
He's also like the
Still,
guy
yeah.
that like he's an X's and O's dude, but like you can tell like he's
has no
never
respect.
yelled at
He
a
has
He
player.
no
doesn't have the.
respect,
He
man.
doesn't have the
He has
locker
no
room.
He's
Darvin
a
Ham.
big- no, he has no respect.
Darvin Ham. No good quotes in him.
Okay. Bro, they don't respect that dude
The
at all.
anti-Darvin Ham.
Yeah, he's good with X's
You
and
know what I
O's,
saw
but doesn't have
today?
any
You know what I saw today?
motivational
I saw Joe Mazzulla TikTok, and they're asking him. They're like since Kyrie's coming back to Boston, you think he's gonna be a villain? He's like, everybody's a villain in somebody's eyes. I swear that reminded me of Darvin Ham. I swear to God. And I saw it today too. Now that we talk about it,
That's funny that
he's
he
like,
actually
everybody's
said
a villain in somebody's eyes.
Y'all gotta go home.
That's all he said. That's all he said.
Fuck Mazzulla.
Yeah, I don't think they respect him as a coach as much as they did Ime.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah,
Fuck you, man.
but
He was just getting some cheeks, man.
that's about it, huh? You
Some
think it's been?
Some good takes, guys.
I fucking lost the screw.
Did you?
I don't even know how, but yeah, whatever. Just continue. We'll move on to the next thing on the agenda.
You can do the would you rather, or you think it's been an hour? I got 5.
No, let's
7
do the
each.
would you rather and we'll end on that.
All right, bet.
Better set up the TikTok, guys.
can't find it, honestly, I'm just idiot. Just shoot.
Are you gonna say it like this? Would you rather Kyrie Irving edition? Let's get it started.
Should've just done it. You can do it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Who's
do
on
it.
that? Come on,
Come on.
All right, we are moving on to the Would You Rather Kyrie Irving edition. Let's get it started. The first name on the board is
Bow.
Jaylen Brown. Got Kyrie and Jaylen Brown versing. Let me set it
Didn't
up
we
first.
just
Let me
have
set it up.
basically like a TikTok about this? Damn.
Did we?
Well, we said who had the better career. Well, so who out of those two?
Yeah,
Career, you
all
can't-
time
So-
career. But now we have a finals matchup between Kyrie and Jaylen Brown. Who's the better second option?
So we're taking now, right? Not all. Like,
Yeah, now.
Okay.
Oh, give me Kyrie. More clutch, better offensive player. No matter how much heart and dog you want to give Jaylen Brown, Kyrie has ice in his veins. That's all I gotta say.
Fuck, that's tough.
I'm taking the Eastern Conference Finals MVP,
Jalen
Jaylen Brown.
fake ass award. That shit not real.
He's been All NBA player recently in the last couple of years. He's been getting better.
Honestly,
He's the
should have
best
made it this year too.
Yeah.
debatable over Tyrese.
All star this year. He's been consistent. He's been popping off. Actually, he's been better than Tatum. We've had this conversation if we think he's been better than Tatum. So I'm taking him as a better number 2. Plays better defense than Kyrie Irving. And we'll see in the finals. But I'm going Jaylen Brown.
See you in the finals.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Jaylen Brown too.
voice.
A little bit of like, I don't know. I feel like if Jason Tatum wasn't his ass and like Jaylen Brown didn't have to save him so many times. I don't want to just say save him, but just like show up for him instead in those clutch moments. I may have thought differently because Kyrie's been insane this playoff run as well. But I don't know. I respect JB. I think he gets a little too much. Well, I don't want to say criticism. Like people hate on him too much because he plays on a good team. But I really do think like there was a point we talked about this. Like if he was a number 1 option on a team, like he could average 30 points. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Jaylen Brown. I agree with you. He plays better defense, and right now I think he's playing his best in his career. So I'm gonna go
sir.
him.
Isaac?
I will go with Kyrie. But I know everybody's like, oh, of course you went with Kyrie. I almost went with Jaylen Brown because he's younger. He'll give you offense and he'll play hard on defense.
Exactly.
Like harder than Kyrie.
He knows who he is as a player. No question.
But like Kyrie is the type of player you want in the playoffs.
No, I feel
especially
you.
as a number 2.
No, for sure.
Because that means you have a player that's better than him doing most of the work.
Yeah.
But when you need a bucket, when shit slows down, that's when Kyrie strives.
You need a final shot to save me from the aliens.
Yeah.
The beam from the aliens.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm taking
Tell him,
Kyrie.
Omari,
Man.
talk
I'm
to
taking
me.
Kyrie
Iguodala.
every time. Taking Kyrie every time. Hit one of the biggest shots in history,
Yeah.
aside from Ray Allen's 3. But yeah, man,
No,
dude.
Kawhi's.
Yeah.
fucking-
Oh yeah,
Like,
Kyrie is
to Isaac's point,
Kawhi's
like,
is nice, but
When playoffs and regular season are different. Like you want different.
Yeah,
guys
100%.
Like you still want LeBron. I feel like LeBron is
I'm taking
one of the
LeBron
guys
over, like,
over
most-
other people that we think are better than him now.
Yeah.
Still taking LeBron because of what he's done and who he is. You know.
So I mean, yeah, I agree. So but that's why I value what Kyrie has done because we've seen, like I said, Jaylen Brown's been playing good this playoffs. So all power to him, a lot of credit. But we've seen past playoff performances where he hasn't. He's also like his not necessarily his motor that we question, but he's just had bad shooting performances. You know what I mean? Like really bad ones.
No left either.
2 days, and he has all the turnovers. Dude, he was getting flamed.
really
like
bad.
He's like a genius though. Like,
like he's super smart.
He has a doctor or something.
Yeah, he
from
better
Cal.
figure out how to. Yeah, he better figure out how to do that. How to dribble.
Can he use some DC?
All that brain, nigga. Like,
I saw.
All that brain.
That's crazy.
yeah.
Fucking only one side of that shit work, bro.
Oh god.
I'm just kidding.
But yeah, so I'm always gonna go with the people who are like proven and have that experience, and I feel like Kyrie is just gonna continue to play well.
All right.
I think he'll have honestly, I think he'll average more than his playoff average right now. So he's averaging like 23. I think he'll average
He's back in Boston.
25,
too.
26.
We'll see if he's better or worse.
No, he'll be playing better for
I
sure.
think he's gonna-
He's
I think
be
he's
extra
gonna cook.
motivated.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
think he's
believe
gonna
that.
cook. He's a riser if there's ever been one.
All right. You said you wanted guys who are proven. I got one for you.
I thank Kyrie. Oh my god.
Mr. James Harden.
Oh,
James Harden or Kyrie Irving?
Brother,
Kyrie. 100%.
You going Kyrie?
brother, I don't know if this is
1,000.
unanimous, but I'm picking
100,000.
Kyrie again, brother.
Let's switch up the list.
Not
Harden's
even
worse than
half
Brown.
You saying this is for today, right?
Harden's worse than
Yeah,
Brown.
right now.
Yeah, what the fuck? I'm picking Kyrie easily.
Garbage.
I'm going James Harden.
Oh,
All
dude.
Let him talk.
Nah,
Already
man.
know.
God, bro,
You
it's
just-
Dick Riding all you do.
right.
No, I'm saying you literally got that nigga dick in your mouth right now. I see it.
All right, James Harden.
watch.
What did he do?
God, bro, it's
what did he
Dick
do
Riding all you do.
this year? He pushed him to
You
6
thought
games. Huh?
Lose?
What you mean? He was the best player in that
What do you
series.
mean? What you mean? You know,
No, he did lose. But he was
very gorgeous to me. That's what you look like, nigga.
head ass. Like, I'm for real.
On the buzz.
that dude. He was the best player in the series. He dropped 41 game. He carried Paul George. Paul George played well, but he carried that team to at least 2 wins.
Oh, we giving fucking participation trophies? now?
Yeah, to the guys
First
who
round? For niggas
Huh?
first round?
he played better than Anthony Edwards, did he not?
Damn.
He's a good number 2.
No,
As a number 2, I'd rather have James Harden because he does more on the offensive end than Kyrie Irving with the playmaking.
Nah.
He dropped 40 in the first game, didn't he?
You gonna
What
get
did he drop?
roasted for this one if we clip it too.
What did he
I'm
drop?
gonna be honest.
33.
These comments about to be nasty.
33 is good. That's almost 40.
He's trying to use propaganda. He said he dropped 40 the first game.
Okay, but 33 is
Highest
good.
point 33.
Okay,
33 is
Kyrie
good.
has had like fucking
33
Hey, 33 and 40.
17.
33 and 40.
All right,
Kyrie
33
dropped
points,
33
12 for
sure.
17.
Wait, guys. Next game.
Okay, yeah, I never said that, but look at the other games. Look at the other games. Was he not the best Clipper though?
I can give it to you, but
Did he not win him 2 games?
Hey, no.
Brother, that's a Clipper
Hey,
problem. That's not a
tell
James
me,
Harden problem.
tell me
I'm
this
just
man
saying
didn't
he's
good.
put. Tell me this man didn't put Harden just so he can argue this, and he knew we would all say Kyrie.
100%.
Exactly.
You knew we were the only ones.
I need to
to
spread the
Harden.
Harden propaganda.
Yeah. He's one to have a
Okay,
chance to
what
suck
is
some
it?
dick.
Do you think he's better offensively?
No,
No.
He does more on the offensive
no,
end.
no.
As a number 2.
Not
As a number
anymore.
2, who'd you rather have?
In big 2024, he does not do more than Kyrie
That's
Irving.
Cap. He won him 2 games. I think. Man.
Kyrie won him like 16 games. Or what is it?
Yeah, but he has Luka
12,
Doncic.
yeah.
12, yeah.
He's hiding behind the big bad wolf.
He's not
man.
hiding behind nothing. He's having 36.
Yeah,
also.
okay.
Who's James Harden behind?
Paul George.
And
That
Kawhi
dude has
and
a
Ty
podcast.
Lue.
That dude has a podcast, bro.
They both
He's
had
not taking it
36 last
seriously.
night. It's not like Kyrie's just getting straight carried.
I wish Kawhi played,
Is
but
it Paul George and Kawhi all NBA this year? I'm confused.
Damn.
Paul George isn't.
So-
Kawhi is, and he didn't play.
Okay, borderline, right?
Yes.
Paul George all-star, right?
He's an all-star.
And who was the better player?
Brother, that's a skill issue. That's not my problem. Their team fell apart.
Just saying. I feel like James.
They had Russell Westbrook too, Hall of
For a
Famer.
Hall of Famer. That's what everybody does
This is
LeBron.
back to the
They're like,
Lakers
Bron played with
2020
Shaq.
run.
Bron played with Shaq.
LeBron has the
Like-
most all-star of level players ever in his career.
LeBron played with Carmelo Anthony.
and Dwight Howard.
And Dwight at the same time.
D Rose. LeBron played with D Rose. Look.
Yeah.
Fucking
I just
stupid.
wanted to bring that up. I think James Harden is still
he's
good as a number 2.
But he's not better.
Should
than
deserve
Kyrie.
max money this
He's
season.
nice. He's okay.
And I think he's better than
He's
Kyrie.
like, he said it. He deserves max money.
He
He
won
said
the
it.
2 playoff
Damn,
games.
you pocket watching that nigga?
Are you
Yeah.
James Harden's agent?
You advocating?
Why are you trying to give him a fucking
My
max?
guy.
One of Huss's favorite
Blazing
bars
for free.
after he texts about Harden, he's like, he deserves max money.
He's not even getting a
I
percentage.
swear to God, there's clips. There's like 18 of them where he's like, it's James Harden. He's an all-star player. He deserves max money. Have you not said that? You know what I'm talking
I'll
about?
give
right?
him 1 year max.
I
I'll give him a
remember that
1 year
one.
max. I'll give him a 1 year max. I'll give him all the money for 1 year.
2
No,
years.
no, no,
From
no.
the Clippers, I'm giving him a 2
No, no, no.
max.
He might be on the street like in 2 years.
What do you mean he won a playoff game for him?
Dog, stop with this narrative. He dropped 7 points.
Okay, and 33 on 12 for 17. Name that. Say that. 21 and 22 point game.
7 and 16. Average is like 21.
I know
Okay,
a couple
that's 2
dudes that
games.
dropped 33.
I did that at
we'll
24
discuss.
the other day.
They're not behind Luka Doncic, bro.
Continue.
PJ
All right,
did that shit.
Next
Yeah,
name.
facts. PJ Washington putting those numbers up.
All right,
He could get 33 and then 7. He done it.
This one's a better one. This might be better for conversation. Tyrese Maxey.
Then Kyrie.
It's a good for a number as a number 2.
Right this second, I'm taking Kyrie. But if we're talking like considering the future, I want Maxey just because I think he will be like an elite, even get better than he is now. But if we're talking about right now, like where Kyrie's at in the finals, I need a game today. I'm taking Kyrie easily. But I do like Maxey. I do. Yeah, I just think he's better right now. Like
That
Tyrese
moment-
has a lot of potential, and even with this playoff run, like he had to step up a lot because Embiid was like half-ass. He had Bell's palsy.
Tyrese
and
had a
whatever.
better season than Kyrie.
He had that
regular
long ass
season.
three.
close.
Do you remember that big ass three to win him the game? So,
I think
Embiid
what's
is
his name has around the
ass
same
as
too, right?
fuck.
7 and-
He's hurt. He always hurt.
but yeah,
Always.
Yeah, he is always.
I think
A
Maxey
broken
took a
toy
big
is
leap
a
in the
booty
playoffs, and I
toy.
think he's gonna go further. But like right now, it's still Kyrie.
same in the regular season. Too.
I would say I'm picking Kyrie too, but in terms of stats, it's close. But I think what Kyrie offers, in a game setting when you need like when you need something done, yes, Tyrese could give it to you like that one game where he got like 7 points in 40 seconds or some shit. That was crazy. But I mean, I'm still picking Kyrie over those,
Just too
knowing
early.
those things. Yeah. It's just too early. But I think going in the future, Tyrese has to have him beat. I think, in my opinion. But right now, it's Kyrie.
Yeah, I'm taking experience 100 out of 100 times.
So
I think that, like I was talking about Anthony Edwards and the deep playoff runs and the moments, like I think that having that experience right now, I know Tyrese, at least they got to the second round this year.
Yeah,
Like he hasn't had anything like.
No, they didn't.
No,
they got
they
hit,
didn't.
killed
they
in the
got
first by the Knicks.
Oh yeah. Damn.
but it was literally all him. I'm gonna
Yeah,
say
it's
he
all
was the best
Maxey,
player in
yeah.
that series.
It's all
for them.
Maxey.
Or Jalen Brunson was doing his
But-
thing too, though.
Until you get to the finals and until you get to like the higher stages of the playoffs, like I said, you don't really know what it's like. And so I'm gonna take somebody who's done it multiple times in the highest pressure situations.
I could
The
def-
highest pressure situation of all time, pretty
Yeah.
much.
I could definitely see Maxey hitting like a big shot like that though, as a number 2, similar to Kyrie.
100%.
Yeah,
But
Maybe
It's just not
but,
yet.
But it's like in the context of like you're trying to come back down 3-1.
no,
type
yeah,
shit in
I'm
the
not going
finals,
to.
you know
I'm
what
just
I
saying
mean?
like just hit a big shot in a
Yeah.
playoff
You
game.
I get that, but I'm
I
saying,
could see
like,
it happening.
when we're talking about when it comes to like if we need him now for the like, you know who I'm gonna take to a championship.
For sure.
I'm gonna take Kyrie because
Yeah, because we already know he can
yeah,
do it.
we know it.
I'm going Kyrie Irving too. I think Tyrese Maxey had a better regular season, but like Omari said, the experience he's more proven, and I want that guy in the playoffs. If that's my guy, or if I'm betting on someone, it's going to be Kyrie Irving.
Give me the
bro.
assassin, bro. Give me the
Facts.
assassin.
All right, Isaac.
Same. I'm taking Kyrie. You guys know what?
All right, good.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah,
input.
yeah.
Okay, this one's a good one. Paul George. I think he's a really good defender. He has the bag. Everything we've talked about him being good offensively as well. And he's not the best player on his team. He's another number 2.
I want to go first.
Go ahead.
All right.
I'll take Paul George.
GG.
Why is
Why?
that?
He's bigger.
Just gonna say everything you just said.
His offense
Yeah, big
is
pause.
pretty good. He's like Jalen Brown, but a little better. And yeah, and
That's
then
funny
he'll
that you
also
say he's
give you
like
that.
Jalen Brown.
Nah, Jalen
Just
Brown's
better.
better than him right now.
It's because Jalen Brown can shoot.
Funny he
he can
compared the
drive,
older dude to the younger dude.
He can dribble and he can play D. He can do all that.
I didn't think about this.
Yeah,
It's like
I'm,
Kobe's like Anthony Edwards.
I'm taking Paul George too. I think they're both very experienced. I mean, Paul George, when he's bad, he's really bad. When he's good, he's really good too. But I feel like scoring is not the only thing that he can do. He can play.
Ain't no pandemic
P.
Kyrie.
That's true. Kyrie will show up in the playoffs at least. But I feel like if he's bad offensively, at least he'll play good defensively or give you that type of capability.
Not in big 2024.
You don't think so? You think his
It's
defense?
it's not ass, but like he's not giving that same type of level that he
Both
wants
up
to
there in
do.
age. That's what I'm trying to. Oh, man, this is hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
He's like a pick and choose
In a
spots
playoff
type
game,
of guy now.
if I'm betting on somebody, it's gonna be
Who's my
Kyrie
number one?
for like.
Can I ask a question? Who's my
I'm more.
number
I feel
one?
more secure with Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
But Paul George just has a better skill set. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I know what
I
you
mean,
mean. Paul
am I-
George definitely got that.
Sometimes
can
I
fit
feel
on any
like
team.
PG is like Kyrie, who's a forward. You know what I mean? Like
I've heard those
his
comparisons.
handles obviously.
Mentality's
like,
not
he's
the
as
same, though.
shifty. He's not as shifty. Yeah. I'm talking about like just like the way how offensively gifted they are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? PG
For
is
their
really up
position,
there.
yeah.
Like when it comes to skill, PG's up there. I feel like he's very underrated in that sense. Like, but when it comes to actual production and winning that we've seen, you know what I mean? Like, we've seen more instances of PG really just not showing up. Like, he also has a questionable motor. You know, he has times where if he's not injured or like partly injured or something, then he's like there every other game, you know.
Damn, so you're going Kyrie then?
And so yeah, I'm gonna keep
My
going Kyrie.
yeah, I think you might have swayed me to Kyrie.
Because
too,
I mean,
of that.
and PG only averaged like 23 this year. It's not like he's still putting up more crazy numbers. You know what I mean? Like the numbers
I
are
think good
comparable.
efficiency, yeah. It
Yeah.
is comparable,
Their
but
numbers are like comparable in the regular season, but one's a playoff riser known, and one's like
nothing.
Yeah,
he
nothing,
did it
whatever.
in pace,
I-
Pacer days, but that was
Yeah,
a
yeah.
decade
But this
ago.
is
And
so
he
long
fell off
ago.
in the Thunder, and now it's like
And
whatever.
I do think he's aging a little bit to where, yeah, he is taking defensive plays off. He has good defense IQ, and he's big. He still has length and stuff, so he used that to his advantage.
He's still a good defender. He's just not
Yeah.
what he once was.
But he's not sitting in a chair.
I feel like
against
this
good
playoff
people.
series like showed us he can show up one game, drop 40 or whatever, how many points he did, and then
The next
not
game is-
game.
yeah,
Yeah,
like-
so I mean, at least Kyrie is consistent as a 2, and he does his thing. So
This was
I'm going
Granted,
Kyrie.
Kyrie
be
did
fair-
he did have a few.
Mishaps.
Kyrie had like a couple like 9-point games in the
Yeah.
what I forgot what series. OKC series.
Yeah.
So you gotta have a little criticism there. But if you come to the next what's it called? You survive that, you come to the next series and like bring it back, then it's like a little bit absolved. You know.
I think I trust Kyrie more to be more aggressive too. Like I know he's never gonna let up and stop shooting and stuff like that. But Paul George, you just never know because he is a good playmaker and ball handler, so he can kind of get passive. And I don't, sometimes they don't need him to do that. Like when Kawhi's not there, he has to be more aggressive, and sometimes he's just not. Like I feel like that wouldn't be an issue with Kyrie if Luka wasn't there. Like he'll still take the shots. So yeah, I'm gonna go Kyrie, but it's a good one though.
This
Paul
one's
George is good.
this one's hard for me. I know I'm deciding last, but I was taking into fact I'm like other than like effectively scoring the basketball only, that which is Kyrie has that in his regard. Paul George I think has him beat on everything else. Size, defense, playmaking too.
You think so?
Paul George, yeah, I think Paul George is a better playmaker than Kyrie. I think Kyrie's main goal is to always score. Paul
agree.
George
Paul
can
George is
do.
a better
Paul George
playmaker.
can do more in that regard. But when Omari brought up the point about Paul George shying away from moments more often than not, which we've seen in the past couple of years, which he's getting older, it's not going to get better.
I wouldn't say it's shying away. He just doesn't perform.
He doesn't perform,
Yeah.
and I guess
Like, he's
him
still taking the shots.
he's
He's
still-
just his
yeah.
side of the
Yeah.
backboard.
him
Like,
him not rising to those moments the way I feel like if he did, I would I'd swing toward Paul George. I can't because Kyrie, coming from those couple 9-point games, whatever. Other than that, I trust Kyrie Irving
One
more.
thing I'll play devil's advocate for Paul George.
But it's close.
That year that Kawhi went down and they made the Western Conference Finals.
Suns?
And it was all him. Like
It was.
Kawhi tore his knee up against the Jazz. He finished that series out. He then went, took the Suns to 6. So I feel like a little more respect on his name. But I do think that Kyrie just has that little more dog in him, and I do think that matters because as a number 2 option, like it's really easy to get passive, and it's like. Kyrie, I know, will not have that issue because he's just always aggressive, always in attack
Was
mode.
that Suns
I'm
finals
glad you made that point because
year? The Suns finals year.
West
Yeah,
the
yeah,
finals
okay,
year.
okay.
I'm
'Cause
glad
they
you made
finished
that point.
Jazz series and then took them Suns
Yeah.
to 6. We thought they were about to win for a sec. Like,
I was gonna mention
Just
that point.
PG.
I was like, but if this is a different year, a little bit earlier, I don't like when you said that. I don't think Kyrie could do that. Take
Yeah.
the Suns to 6. I think they go down in 4 on that team. In my
it's
opinion,
because PG's a better playmaker. Like
that's
you
what I'm
said,
saying.
yeah.
His everything other than offensively scoring the ball at an effective rate. PG's better than Kyrie at. But
Yeah.
right now, if I'm choosing them,
Yeah.
I have to pick
That's
Kyrie
good.
Irving.
That's good that you.
I feel more secure. Like sometimes turnovers could be a problem. You get beat a few times because you don't score as much as you should be. I have to pick Kyrie Irving, but it's close for me. I think it's close. I think it's very
No,
close.
that's a good point. That's a good way to put it. Like PG definitely is a better playmaker, so he could carry. If you have to give somebody that number 1 option role, it would rather be PG.
He fits 'cause
But
he's
like
big.
Kyrie, I think is just more better as a compliment.
Yes, correct.
All right. This one is going to be interesting. This guy, he's the number 1 option on his team. This is Paulo Banchero. Took his team to the playoffs this year, but I think Kyrie had a better statistical season, and they're both in different positions. But do you want the young dude who led his team to the playoffs or the guy who's secure and we know who he is?
I mean, I'm gonna take Kyrie still. I think Banchero's future is bright, but he's too young. There's still a lot of areas of his game that need improvement. Right now, I definitely could see him improving. I'm really high on him.
Yeah, me too.
But I think there's just a lot of things. If you want to be at that level, like championship DNA type of thing, you just have to improve. Like he's not even where Edwards is at. Like he's only in that round of like, oh, I just got my team to the playoffs. Like he hasn't even had a run yet to be like, what can I do? What am I bad at? What do I need to improve? So it's just too early for him. But I do think he will be a really good player and eventually surpass Kyrie. Like I think even all time, if things go really really good
he
for
needs
him,
a much
he
better
can
team.
do it. Like
Yeah.
he's more of that number one option mold guy. Like
He's a better
you know what I mean?
future.
So, but right now it's just too early. Like I just can't.
He just became
can't
an
give it
all-star.
to him. Yeah.
So like,
Too many question
He's like
marks.
21.
Still.
oh man, this is hard for me. I'm picking
So
Kyrie.
you got basically 2 years of resume to look at. It's just hard
Like,
to.
It's
10
hard
to
to
15.
it's hard to compare like a Kyrie Irving now compared to a number one who's has to carry his team, because I don't think Kyrie now or even back then could carry a team to the playoffs. I have to pick Kyrie for this one though, as like a if I need him on my team, I'll pick Kyrie Irving. Paolo still has a lot of holes, as Bez was saying. Shit. Shooting is to me, I take shooting like a big factor in your
He's
game.
still learning
And
how to be a good playmaker.
Exactly,
like-
a playmaker too. But I think Kyrie has just stood the test of time. He's what, like 34, 33,
32.
32.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's like a
whatever.
12. He had like a 13-year career, and he's still
Uncle Drew?
Uncle
Yeah,
Drew,
he's on it.
and still going into this 2024. I'm still picking Kyrie Irving over Paolo, even though Paolo's a very good player. He's accomplished All-Star status, so that's great.
I'm going Kyrie Irving too. Like the deciding factor for me is like if I switched roles with them right now, I think Kyrie would be an all-star on the Magic, and Paulo Banchero wouldn't fit as well or do the role of Kyrie and what he does because it's
Isn't
different.
it? Wait, what are you basing this off of?
I don't even like that.
switch
They play
positions.
two different positions.
That's
I
why.
don't like this.
But I feel like if Kyrie was the number one on the Magic, I think he'd be performing better because of his experience rather than Paulo. And
I can't
Paulo
even
is
say
number
that.
two.
Like
You think he's gonna average more than 26, 5, and 5 on that team? He's averaging 26, 5, and 5 with Luka.
no,
that, it's just
Yeah,
horrible to say
27.
if they switch teams. Like they
one
just do
point.
different shit. Like
they do, but I feel like he'd be. I mean,
and the Magic
I
needs
agree.
shooting.
end goal
Like, he would
still-
go crazy on it
end
because
goal's
they
still
need
the same,
shooting.
though.
Like,
He
Yeah.
didn't make the playoffs. Here's a
And
good
plus,
point.
if
I
they don't
think
have
they'll make the
Paolo,
playoffs.
then it's a whole different
Yeah,
team.
it's Kyrie's the one.
Exactly,
I
yeah.
think as a veteran
He
with
hands the
his
ball
leadership,
Yeah, like,
the way that he leads the team, I think they'd make the
I
playoffs.
don't think Kyrie Irving as a leader on that team makes the playoffs with that team. I think
there's no
the
good
reason that is
second
'cause of
option
Paolo.
if Paolo's gone, like, for real.
Yeah.
What'd you
I
say?
mean, 100%. Like, Paolo's not there. There's no real good
Franz.
second option.
Franz is good.
I
Suggs
mean,
has played
he's-
but
he's
what he-
not really
yeah,
even a
Franz is
second
not
option.
there.
They will.
Yeah,
They have
like,
good. They have good.
He's
That
not
team
there
is
yet.
not making playoffs if Kyrie's the main man.
I
I
do.
can
I
understand.
I
At
think they'll
this
make,
age,
like,
he's not.
at the
Why?
East,
What do you mean?
nah,
At
the East,
play?
they'll
He's
make playoffs.
performing at his. He's at
play
his
in
peak.
for sure. I'll give
Play,
you
yeah,
props.
they'll make the play in for sure in the East.
2026.
2026.
But they're not. What are they like the 3
Yeah.
seed? They're not 3 seed though.
Yeah.
They're probably like the bottom tier seeds.
Yeah, but yeah, I agree with Best. 'Cause that's all team comp. Like,
Yeah.
the
But
team
I mean,
comp
end
changed
goal's
completely.
still the
If
same,
Paolo's
They
gone
just
and Kyrie's
both
there.
play different positions. It's
Yeah.
like hard to say if you switch them on the team.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna be
Well, the
asked to
reason
do
I
different
say,
things.
I mean, the end goal's still the same, but like, you still want them. Who's gonna give you the most output and get you the most wins
Well,
with their play
basically, if
style?
we're doing
Paolo
a
does
re,
more in
if,
that regard.
yeah, if
For
we're
the
doing
Magic,
the
Paolo will
Magic-
get you more wins.
I think Paolo
I
on
think
that team gets you more
me,
wins.
me personally, I think
The whole
Kyrie
team
would
is
get
literally
more
built
wins.
around Paolo. Like if you throw
Yeah.
Kyrie in there, it's not even gonna work.
Really, you don't think so?
it's
No.
a different team comp in my opinion.
It's
I
like
think
you
it would.
take the best player who you structured your team around. You drafted all these guys to play with him. You put Kyrie, a completely different player. Like you're
Yeah, they're gonna have a bunch
literally-
of random like guards.
The,
that,
the
like-
one thing the Magic are missing is a guard. Now you give them a guard and take away their best forward. Like
yeah,
that's just
now
completely
they're just gonna
different.
need
I
they're
think-
gonna need a forward. Now.
I think
Bronze.
think about it like this. Maybe in Hassan's point of view, think about it like this: can Kyrie lead a team in the East to a playoff spot?
Depends on
Now.
the
to
team.
a playoff spot, yeah.
You think so?
But it's
Depends
like
on the team, yeah.
so did Paolo, and he was
still-
probably a higher
That's why
seed than
that's
Kyrie
why
would
he's
be.
saying that.
That's what I'm trying to say. Because Hassan said switch, but I think he meant like, as
Okay.
a one, can he lead a team into
Okay,
the playoff
imagine
spot?
this. Imagine
in
this.
the
Imagine
East.
this. You go
Not in the West.
put him on back on the Nets right now. You think he's not leading that team to the playoffs?
No, 100%
He is.
is
He
because
is.
they have a really good.
Yeah,
team.
but he's the
that
best player,
team
right?
comp
Yeah.
Deserves
Okay,
Okay,
yeah,
then.
good.
You mean he's leading the
Oh,
team?
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think he can. It just depends on the team.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
he's not a good number one. It's
But
hard
he
to-
would be the
He's
number
Yeah, he's
one.
not a
He'll
championship
make the
number one, but he
playoffs.
could
He'll
get a
make the
playoff.
playoffs.
Yeah, he'd be
They'll
a
make the
good,
playoffs,
like-
but they'll lose, right?
So,
Are we
that's-
thinking
Paulo
that?
lost.
Paolo's
Yeah,
losing
I mean,
too.
like not everybody wins.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not only the chips or.
I mean, bro,
I
you-
just don't think for like playoff basketball teams, Kyrie is the one is good right now. Good enough is the term I want to
to
use.
win a
But
chip.
I feel
no.
like-
Yeah,
Not
not
even
to
a
win a
chip.
chip.
To like
The reason
succeed
why
at
I
all.
have Kyrie over is because of the experience. Like to Bez's point, when Paul's only in year 2, if once he gets to that level of experience, then I think he'll be a better player. But
I-
for now,
But this is a would you rather for this. So yeah, I
No,
get what you're
I
saying.
agree with you on the Kyrie point. I just don't like the whole point of like switching teams especially for these guys. If they're both guards, I'd get it, but it just doesn't make sense when they're two different
Well, I
positions.
guess like switching situations. Put Paulo as a number 2 on another team, and then put Kyrie as a
Like,
one.
see, and that's
Built
why I
around
think
that.
like Paolo could excel better on a Magic situation. Like he would get them to higher heights than Kyrie would, even though Kyrie's a better player.
That's
in my
the one,
opinion.
right?
Yeah, just because they build a team around him. He functions better. He handles the ball. Like you know what I mean. So it's just different. Like it's just hard to compare positions.
That
you
is
know?
a hard comparison. Like just
It's like compare Shaq to like Steve Nash. you
But
know?
I like the players. I like the players you're comparing.
Yeah. What we all chose Kyrie then?
Yes.
I'm still choosing
I
Kyrie
chose
at the end of
Kyrie.
the day.
Of course, Kyrie.
I love Paolo though. I'm a big believer. I think he'll gain a shot lot as he gets older, and he'll go from averaging off. I don't even know the average this year.
I mean, bro, is he like 21 and
Yeah,
he's
he's
already
like 21
built
years
big?
old.
Like, can you imagine if he gets bigger too? Like,
Yeah, and
stronger.
he's
more
good. Like
comfortable, too, with
he's
his
doing
game.
he's doing that off just like not just raw talent, but like this is really
Still
talent.
learning,
Yeah,
yeah.
He's learning a lot. He's gonna get better. So I think he'll be in the 27s. You know what I mean? Like by the time he's in this like prime.
I feel like this year he added a lot of
he'll be up
playmaking
there.
to his
How old is he?
bag,
What,
too.
22?
21.
Yeah,
21
21.
or 22 maybe. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but
22.
definitely not
Somewhere
older
like
than that.
Yeah.
21. I think Edwards is 22. That he came after Edwards.
Yeah,
He
so
was the
21.
one and done thing. He
Yeah,
did
this is
21.
a second. This is the end of his second year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's 21 probably. Yeah.
All-Star
March.
and a playoff spot.
All right.
Yeah.
This last name, I think we're gonna have a unanimous sweep, but I wanted to bring this up because this guy had a better
If you
regular
say
season.
Jordan Poole, we're just ending
No.
the show.
I think I know who you're gonna say, and I don't think he had a better regular season. But you can say his name.
But according to like media and stuff, he had a better regular season. Carl Anthony Towns. As a number 2, he had
Hell
a better
no,
regular
hell no.
season.
Oh, man.
But I just wanted to bring it
There's
up to
actually
the point
no
to, like, compare.
world on God's green earth where
Here you go. Let me say what I'm gonna say real
Before the
quick.
series started,
Let me
after
say what
that
I'm gonna
game
say.
7,
I still wouldn't have picked
you
Carl
could
Anthony
argue it
Towns.
though.
Let me say what I'm gonna say real quick.
I wouldn't even argue it though. Like I wouldn't even try to, because there's just like, what is Cat? What is he
On a better
besides
team.
this
What is
regular
he-
season?
What is he like?
Like besides this regular season, there's nothing you can argue for Cat.
Offense.
No, you can't even argue.
He was
that.
a better 3-point shooter.
But I mean,
But
and a better
Kyrie's like
scorer.
50, 40, 90 multiple times in his career.
Yeah,
It's
but
like,
I'm talking about
even
this
if he is a better
this regular
shooter, what,
season.
by 2%? Like, okay, buddy.
Still, as a big was
So I want to talk about Kyrie first because I'm choosing Kyrie unanimously,
Yeah, I think
and we're gonna talk about Karl Anthony Towns having a better season. I don't even think he did. First of all, the reason this man was
We
even
gotta
given an
do a
All-Star
cat would you
selection,
rather,
the
honestly.
reason he was selected as an All-Star selection is because the guards in the West were way higher than like his skill level.
Also, the
Kyrie,
Timberwolves are like a top three seed.
exactly.
too.
Kyrie
Because
averaged
too,
no.
though.
Let me cook. Kyrie averaged 26,
I'll
5,
give
and
that.
5 this year. Karl Anthony Towns averaged 28 and 3, 20 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. The reason he made an All-Star team is because they didn't want to give it to DeMontis Sabonis. So that's why maybe the All-Star selection is skewing you. Second of all, Karl Anthony Towns, ever since like the playoffs started, I don't know what happened. He vanished. It's insane to
had a
me.
good game seven.
He's a second option on a team, and also the latest series. I'm gonna pick him apart. Why was he 10 for 40? Why was he 10 for 40? And apparently he's the best big man shooter of all time, right? I can't give it to him. I can't give it to him this year.
0 for 8.
Yeah,
Exact-
0 for
like,
8
I-
is disgusting.
He was like, he was yelling, he was saying, Scott,
Dirk would-
Scott,
Dirk would
don't."
never. Dirk would never.
Anyways, I
Scott.
think what Kyrie has done this year has been leaps and bounds above what Cat's done. I do not even want to hear Cat. Like Cat,
Big facts, big facts.
I think
big
he's
facts.
clearly above Cat. The reason,
No,
like,
actually, he's right because him making the Western Conference Finals, Cat will never do that in his career.
facts.
Damn.
What do you
And
mean?
Kyrie's been there in the
Never,
East and the
ever,
West.
ever.
I don't think Cat will ever make.
He's
the
gonna
Western
get
Conference
traded
Finals
and be
in
done.
his career. No, because he's like we talk about like non-winning players. Like I don't want to say Cat like no, Cat's a non-winning player. Let me be honest. Like he doesn't show up in
Yeah.
big moments. He's easy to play out. He's soft for like playoff basketball. Like
He just has skill, I guess, right?
He's
he
regressed
does
ever
that
since
still.
he's been in the NBA. He hasn't
Talented.
been, bro. Ever since off
Hey,
rip, he was at the top of the
It's
mountain.
okay. There's a lot of players that we know through NBA history that are just regular season guys. When the
Facts.
playoffs come, they just can't do it. Tracy McGrady, great player, amazing. He got a bag, everything. When it comes to the playoffs, he couldn't get it done. Cat's one of those dudes.
Facts.
He'll be remembered upon fondly because he's one of the best shooters as a big man. You know, big purr, all the memes, like people will love him. But at the end of the day, he just
After all
not
that-
he can't get it done in the playoffs. And there's
For real,
nothing
man.
wrong with that. It's just levels to this.
Say,
Like
ooh, I won 3-point contest. Nigga don't deserve Jordan Where's nigga? Come on, man.
crazy.
Give her back, man.
Yeah.
Give her back to the streets.
Yeah,
To the streets she goes.
Somebody else deserves her.
Not that guy. Yeah, but I mean, he had a good game 7, a good regular season,
Let's wrap it up.
top 3 team. Just want to give him
don't wanna
his
put
credit,
him
but
back.
we all know Kyrie Irving is him a thief.
I'm
So.
taking Kyrie. Cat's way too zesty for me.
What?
Fair. It's a fair point.
And he's always
Scott.
he's never gonna have reached his potential.
Man, I'm dead.
That man was supposed to be like next AD.
Dog, do you guys remember the comps where like if you're redrafting a
Facts.
team or first round,
He
would you get
was a-
LeBron or Cat? Oh my!
It was
God.
like LeBron, Giannis, and Cat, and like 20% of people picked Cat.
Jeez.
That's insane.
Yeah, that was the
That's
last
not full
one.
nowadays, buddy.
Facts. Let's see what happens. All right. Let's wrap it up. We got
Wrap it up then.
1 minute 30 seconds of the pod, so that's good. I want
Wait,
to
what?
put a new camera in.
1 minute, 30 seconds of the pod.
I mean, 1 hour and 30 minutes. 1 minute 30. It's like shit. I ain't been recording. No. But anyway, thank y'all for tuning in. Let us know your finals predictions in the comment section below, and tell us why we're so stupid for picking the Celtics. And I don't even know.
Y'all was getting flamed. It wasn't me.
Some of the comments are just like.
you're flaming LeBron
you can't win.
James.
Yeah, I will see, nigga.
All right. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next episode.